That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to This and That podcast. I'm your host, Mr. 357, also known as Dimebag Dan, with my co-host, Jeenie Jah, of course. And today's guest, he goes by E.G.O, the Prince in this E-Fed world. E.G.O the Demon. He got
Yeah.
many names, but we're going to introduce him today for what he really is, and that's Fresh Prince. Make sure y'all give that boy a follow also. Whew.
How you guys doing? Thank you for having me.
You already know, boy. Welcome to the
Always
show.
glad to
We
be
talk shit.
here.
You know how it is. That's my co-host, ladies and gentlemen. She's a beast. I'm telling you. They ain't
Yep.
ready. They ain't ready, cuz. What's popping though,
So
guys?
new
Welcome to the show.
year, new
Yeah,
year, new
man.
me.
Ah,
I decided not to go
love
with
it.
that because that's too cliche. Because every time I make a goal, I don't even go through with it.
This is facts.
That's
This is
one
facts.
thing that about
This is a
me.
woman thing.
Everything I've said in the EFAT world that I was gonna do, I've manifested it and done it. But I've done it for me and others as well, so people can't say, "Oh, he's greedy" or he thinks of himself because I always put myself last. But like I said, new year, new me. The tables will turn this year.
Let's get it. I like
Well,
it.
now that you say EFED world, I'm
Now
very
that we're
consistent.
talking, yeah, since we're talking EFED, well, let's just go straight to that. Let's start with that. Go ahead. We're listening.
All right, so let's see. We started
Jeannie.
season one GW. I said I wanted to come in as a manager. I was gonna build one of the greatest factions. I felt like I've achieved that.
Mm,
With minus production, right?
Season two, I focused more on winning titles, but everywhere because I felt like I didn't want to be local. You know what I'm saying? Like some people say that they're the man, but some people are just the man on their own show. And when they go
right.
elsewhere, they're like they start shows and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to be able to see for myself, challenge myself, and I can achieve what I've achieved here everywhere else, and I have. But you know, when you have that hunger for more, so I felt like I needed to come back and kind of like do it right this time, captivate the GW universe the right way.
That makes
And so
sense.
far, the ball's rolling.
That makes sense. I like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, man. It's very interesting, actually. We had a GW draft today.
hmm
Uh, you know, but just to get it clear for those people who are new to GW and for those who are in GW didn't understand what was going on. Um, to my knowledge, the draft is for the three main GW shows, meaning these are the GW shows that have the GW bandana, basically. And so we got Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday now. So we're taking over the middle of the weeks. So Monday is going to be a regular Monday. But I'm going to hook y'all up and I'm going to give y'all Fight Club on Friday. Friday night Fight Club. But I'm going to need, the community to get live and start making some call outs and shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Definitely, definitely.
you know what I mean? I'm working
I
on the
might
titles
even,
already.
I might even start doing with the open challenges or whatever the fuck, because I see nobody has called me out for the Street Fighting Championship. So I'm
And,
gonna
Which
have
is
to
and
start
the
doing
thing with
crazy.
Fight Club,
open
that's the thing.
challenges.
That's the
That's
thing because
absurd.
Fight Club doesn't. It don't matter if you're the champ. You get called out, boy. You putting that belt up. You feel me?
That's what
The
I'm
only thing we
saying.
don't do is
So
rematches. So
I might start having to challenge people because they're scared. But not only
we can do
that,
that too. We can
for
do
the
that too.
first challenger, let's talk about it. He calls himself the King of New York. I call
Ooh,
him a fraud.
ooh.
How can you be the King of New York if you was never crowned the true King of New York? I was never dethroned as the King of New York.
This is true.
So what I'm gonna
Fight
say
Club went off the
is
base.
you had a good run, and I'll see you real soon.
Yikes! Yikes! Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I appreciate y'all motherfuckers for being here, bro. You feel me? If y'all can do me a solid shit a stream, you know what I mean? YouTube, Twitch, whatever y'all on, man. Y'all show me some love. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put the Discord in here for anybody who don't know about GW Global Production, and I'm gonna also give a shout out to my two guest companies that are in here. I'm gonna start off with E.G.O, and of course WWM, hosted by Jeenie Jah. We getting money over here. Let's get it popping. Anyway. But yeah, it was. I think overall, I think it was a good draft. But so the people, like I was saying, who don't know, it's basically the 3 live shows. We full for the week. You know what I mean. Also, get to check out Jeenie Jah's WWM whenever she's available for the schedule. She'll tell us about it in a second. Also, the E.G.O thing that we got going on, which is strictly the UFC shit, MMA style. Everything is MMA. It's literally MMA. We got Demon's Funhouse also out there. You know what I mean? And so we're doing big things. We're taking over. It's over. The draft set the bar from here on out. It's gonna be real shit. So let's get ready for that. But yeah, God, let's hear who want to go first about schedules and when y'all gonna start your show officially.
Ladies first.
Ladies first. I like
take the mic.
It's always the thought that counts.
That's my goal, though. So she could take over at any moment. So yeah, you know what I mean. This is what we do.
Yeah, makes perfect sense. So usually I stream 4 shows a week, but I'm also another show. So I'm gonna be doing 5 shows a week now because I am a CEO in a different EFED called WCCW, and I'm going to be doing their show WCCW Battle of Babes. I have to find a solid day for that show. It might be Thursday, but generally, Women's Wrestling Movement, WWM, we stream Wednesdays, Fridays, and I call it Showcase Weekend because that's where the match requests and call-outs are usually. Sunday and Saturday, of course, that's when I usually stream. But I'm adding WCCW, so it's gonna probably either be Monday or Thursday. So I'm gonna be Monday, like a super full timer.
So that way we get WCCM and you get Fight Club same night.
Fight Club will be nights, Women's action and men's action in the same day always sounds like a good idea to me. So Monday should be good because the only break I'd have is Tuesday, it seems like. So yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I think I'm gonna do it Monday. Of course, I have to get in with my boss. One of the CEOs of the company, WCCW, is supposed to be joining GEW soon, Ernest. And I believe we already have another CEO I know called D Smoke, aka So Far Gone on Facebook. So I'm excited for 24 because this is gonna be good. Like more match choices for the women and more storylines, and it's gonna be amazing. Or should I say amaze balls? Because that's Jeenie Jah's favorite word, amaze balls. So this should be good. So yeah, I think this is gonna be good. So I think seeing UFC and then some women's wrestling on the same day will be a good idea. I'm glad you pitched that idea, E.G.O. That's smart. I didn't even think of that because you do stream on Mondays. Yes, that'd be good.
And then I know he does Fight Club late night, so we got that whole covered.
It'll be more like around like 9 o'clock, 9:30, 10ish. I'm gonna do that like on Friday nights. You know
I'm gonna work with him to make sure he's consistent on his time, so we won't hear no complainers who like to sleep in early and have work the next day. I mean, I'm a night wolf, and I still
bug him about it too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be a ladybug about it, or be a queen bee at that. So, all right. You could tell them about your show. You go on your streaming schedule.
All right, so I just kind of got to the affiliate, so I'm trying to focus more
to you.
Thank you. I appreciate you for helping me out, both of you guys. I'm trying to focus more for like the weekends for the UFC show. I noticed that's the best time for everybody else. So like Sunday, Monday, the beginning of the week, so that the rest of the week, because I won't just be doing UFC. I do stream other games, but for the MMA, I would try to just focus on Mondays and Sundays, and then the rest of the week, I'll just be doing like random different games and stuff that I've been trying to get out. I've been focused. I got to finish my Rise for WWE 2K, and then I also have Tekken and Street Fighter 6 and all those games, so I can bring.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you like I'm gonna tell everybody else too. Don't be giving that My Rise entire shit to that Fight Club, man. Because
I have a separate tie for Fight Club that I created before I did Showcase in My Rise. But this year, it does say, like on the side of whatever item you're gonna pick, it says Showcase or My Rise on it. So for someone to pick an item, they clearly, if you tell them, "Yo, I'm not doing the My Rise," and for them to still go and pick that, it's just kind of like, being an
yeah. I'm gonna try My Rise again. I bombed at it and I even streamed it, and it's embarrassing to watch. But I will try again. I will try again.
It's not wrong with that.
I think Jack Astro was the only one that was being a whole prick about it, but it's okay. I can nip him in the bud too.
Oh, I get sometimes you get those, the people who always got something to say.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna welcome new people in too, man. These new guys, we got a whole new roster coming up in GW. Actually, I'm excited to see them.
I've seen that.
Eventually in Fight Club, the more active they are, you get what I'm saying? The Fight Club is not about active; it's about call-outs. So let's try to make Fight Club a show that's consistent every Friday nights. You know what I'm saying? I'll give y'all, if we can get like 12 call-outs, I'll give y'all 12 matches. I mean, I don't want to give y'all 14 because that's OD. And but
it's a good year because I finally get to there's people who I've seen in other E-Feds that I was like, yo, I always wanted to fight that person or whatever.
Exactly.
And now this year we finally get the chance because there's a lot of people crossing over from other brands. I think I kind of set the tone last year. I went over there to their house, walked in their crib, went in their fridge, took their shit, and I think now they want to repay the favor.
You drank their drinks, you drank their beverages, and then it comes straight from the bottle.
Straight from the bottle.
Yeah.
So now they're like, okay, I see you. So it's gonna be a good year. I'm actually excited about that.
I'm excited about it too, man. I can't wait to stream my first Fight Club. I just need some matches, consistent matches, man.
You should have a minimum of matches and a maximum to set a good tone for this year's Fight Club, so you can still do stuff without having to worry about.
Like if you got 14 matches, that would be like considered a pay-per-view kind of night, And if you got just like 5, 6, 7 matches, that's still gonna be a regular night.
And like I tell you, there's no such thing as perfect.
Yep.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, bro. This shit's crazy. It's gonna be crazy. I'm excited to see the women wrestling too, because a lot of people are sleeping on. I mean, I know we ain't at least the women always show out when they put them in cells and put them in cages and shit, street fights and stuff. I want to see women in ambulance matches.
I don't know if they can split the ladies' head open in the game this year, but they can still have their hardcore matches. Some of their hardcore matches are more intense than the men.
Yeah, it would be fun, but it's just can't even. I mean, if we got blood for the women, I would appreciate it to give it a more realistic feel. Even though they don't really bleed in WWE, but they bleed in other places. So, but I'll be excited for this.
I've seen Becky get her face bashed, and I've seen Charlotte bleed several times. They need to bring it to the game, maybe next year.
Mm-hmm. That would be good. I mean, and plus all the women are going to be on all the shows, so it's just that's another thing. We didn't have to worry about being drafted because we're getting a big stage by being on every person's show. And then I'm the all women's show already, so this is just great.
More screen time for you guys.
You'll see women of GEW, of course, but you'll see other people that I'm also partnering with and working with on my show. I also could get them on GEW, of course.
Nice.
I'm excited for this is going to bring for the women. So, well,
Also feels like a new slate. Like we don't know what's next, so it's like I don't know. It's kind of exciting for me. That's how I feel towards it.
yes, it seems like it's a new slate, and I've only been with GEW for almost a year. It'll be a year, and I want to say May or June. So this will be fresh. It seems fresh, like a breath of fresh air, in my opinion. Um, I'm pretty sure it's like that for some of you guys, and it's always good to have some fresh talent too. And so you'll see more challenges and different match types. Won't be seeing the same people feuding with each other, stuff like that.
That's true.
So
Time for the new blood, new champions this year.
yep. And I'm also excited for the Women's Cross Brand Championship. I'm hoping we can get that done this week because my show is almost ready to go.
You hosting the tournament for the cross brand?
Yes, that's an idea. That's what came to my head immediately when A. introduced the idea of a cross brand title. I'm excited. I'm gonna do a live tournament. So,
well, women are gonna have a cross brand title too.
Yes, that's what A. proposed, and I think it's a great idea.
I think it's an amazing idea.
Yeah, it's an amazing idea.
We also
great is less than
now
amazing.
can do
He's in here
gauntlet
too.
matches. So I believe
Alright,
the
just trash
gauntlet
that shit out.
matches.
Yeah, a gauntlet match will be even better as a good idea, but it
You can do
like
30
it depends.
man
Yeah,
gauntlet matches.
Hey,
Yeah,
Dot, you in here? If you
that's
if
even
you
a good
in here
idea.
in the chat, tell me if the cross brand titles could be defended in Fight Club. Yes or no. Type in that. And so he does. Keep on. My bad to interrupt you, JD.
No, it's okay. Well, yeah, I'm excited for that. I mean, I don't know if we're just gonna call it the Women's Cross Brand Championship. I mean, I kind of want a unique name, but I believe Diane Bagdan is helping me make that title. I mean, I got all my titles.
Correct.
Only had to make one title, and that was the Twitch World Championship. But my homeboy, shout out to PRS Finest, he did the arenas for me and all the titles. He's that talented. And he's working his stuff. He's working on his stuff too. So I got all that all the way. So I might be able to stream as soon as this week. So yeah, it's gonna be great. I just gotta wait on more calls from certain people in GW and from WCCW. So this is like a triple, quadruple global brand collision in WWM. I have talents from everywhere. Once again, but this seems like it's fresh because it's different. But yeah, I'm excited.
I agree. I'm excited for this shit too. She's gonna be lit. What you may call that? He didn't respond, so I guess we're gonna move on from that question. I'm pretty sure it is though. So Monday, WWM, right? As you said.
That's gonna be the new show that I'm doing called WCCW Battle of Babes. But WWM, like I said, there's 4 streams. I stream WLM usually Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Saturday and Sunday it's like Fight Club, but not with the call outs. But it's any match type, and you could call out any girl you want to fight, or I can make the matches and still give you guys a show just to test matches like future feuds and stuff like that. I do matches like that, like a test run, so your weekend won't be dull. Because we get our wrestling fix usually on the weekdays. I mean, we get pay-per-views on the weekends. So
that's true.
WWM will have pay-per-views. I will do it on Saturdays and just do a showcase Sunday instead of Saturday when it's a pay-per-view. So
So how do you feel about like the Fight Club matches? I know the minimum we could do is the maximum actually we could do is what 9. So pay-per-views is 14
I think you can
max.
do 14 for pay-per-view.
So you think we should every time you get a Fight Club some pay-per-view type shit like 14 matches, 12, 10. Like
Mm-hmm.
what's up? I don't want no
That's what
fancy
I'm
arena.
thinking.
I want my shit to be good like like
Underground.
we ain't broke, but we ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like I want it should be
Just
underground.
because, listen, just because you want to make it underground, I agree with you. Doesn't mean it all has to be a small arena. You can do small, medium, and large arenas and still give it the underground feel.
This is facts.
So if you want, we can. I can help you with that later. We're
This is
messing around with the
facts.
arenas.
yeah, that
I
sounds cool.
appreciate that.
I mean, Fight Club is like it should be something where people take out their frustrations. Um, if it's like storyline related, they could challenge somebody and just fight. I mean, the matches. I mean, like I said, you should keep a minimum for like streaming and then a maximum as well. But like pay-per-views, if you're doing a pay-per-view, yeah, it should be like 14 matches. But like I said, you need a minimum and maximum because nine, it goes up to 9 matches like during the weekdays. So, but you just doing like up to 14 matches every like weekend. It seems like it's not gonna work because people don't like to call out. It seems like so. I would you should schedule it like on the calendar, the wrestling calendar, like
I think you
a
know what it is
regular.
with the call outs thing too. I think sometimes people don't see it because we have a lot going on in the Discord. It's like a lot of channels now, so maybe
Mm-hmm.
people are not like watching it. Like
One,
can't
two. I
like they
also
don't know
think
where to
if
do it at.
we make or the idea if you bring like say someone on GW is the world champion and they want to fight on Fight Club, if you
Yeah.
let them come out with their belt from GW or whatever, I feel like that'll make people want to get interact with it more. Also, if we can somehow make it become canon with the GW storyline, I believe more people will venture and draft over and
Yeah,
switch
hell
over
yeah.
to Fight
The
Club.
thing I could do is like to make it storyline related instead of defending the belts, except for the only belt which will be the the cross brand titles, obviously.
Hmm.
But I could continue the storyline. So like, me and Hopkins, we got a storyline going on right now, right? For example. So now I can go against Hopkins in Fight Club and be like, yo, we ain't gonna do no casket match, that's pay-per-view ready shit. But you're gonna
Hmm.
fight me in Fight Club and we're gonna do a
Yeah,
Fight
yeah, I can
Club
still do
style.
an
Right?
ambulance,
Because it's
and
always
yes, I
it's
agree.
not even that we ain't doing none of that ambulance shit. We do some shit like uh fucking Fight Club style, we do the street fighting style, like Extreme Rules kind of shit, or we lock ourselves in a fucking cell, boy. Let's fucking fuck each other up. That's it.
Yeah,
That's how you do it in Fight Club. The thing is with Fight Club, I'm not trying to go for like no titles, but like if I get called out by a champ, like you said, because champs can call people out too, but like fuck it, you know what I'm saying? But usually, I do it by the way I do Fight Club is you call somebody out, even if you didn't responding and you're the champ, you get called out, bro. So you're gonna have to go ahead and fight. You get what I'm saying?
yeah,
Now I could do some shit that I have on my Twitch channel. You can cash in, and during the show, if you already fought, you can go ahead and cash in and be like, "Yo, I want to fight Ego for his title because he just won," and that person that's
hmm,
cashing in probably just won his match earlier too. You get what I'm saying? So fuck it, why not? But don't go out
yeah,
here
I agree.
losing mad matches and calling out
And
champs
then
because
asking for a
yeah,
rematch and all that,
there's no
I don't know,
rematches
makes
in Fight
sense.
Club. We don't do it like that. You get the rematch after that person fights somebody else, type shit. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying? That's how we doing it. So
Yeah, you should set some solid rules so people can understand. But I
they don't.
mean,
That's what
Are
I'm
you
saying.
bringing 100 grand back?
Ooh, if I bring the 100 grand back, it should be like on some cash in type shit, right?
You could use that as the money in the bank.
I saw some shit that other companies used. I don't really want to take that idea,
Option
but
C. That was
they
TNA's
they
idea.
now they do some
Yeah.
shit where they have a belt and it has blank badges, like it has blank plates, and for every win you get, so you got to get what 5 wins because the side plates is two, two plates on each side, so that's four, and the main one is five. So you get five
You know what that
wins.
sound like? Remember that Asian show we used to watch as kids? It was like the same people from Mortal Kombat was in there. You know what I'm talking about. And
Are
they
Yeah,
you
yeah.
talking
fought for
about
that
MXC?
belt. They
Are you
had
talking
the
about
badges.
MXC?
I don't know what was it called. It was like a karate show on TV.
Was it on Spike TV?
I don't remember. It was back in the day.
Yeah,
They fought. They had a little belt, and the belt had badges every time you won, and
yeah,
whoever
yeah.
got
It's like
the
you step
yeah.
it up, badge. You know what I'm saying?
That's pretty. That's
I
cool
got.
looking.
I'm missing my tables title. I just like I can't get it right. You get what I'm saying? Like I can get every other title right. I'm not saying I'm the greatest title maker out there, but I I'm
Do you
stuck
have a
with
good
one.
table picture?
Uh, the one I
We
showed you
was working
yesterday.
on it, but Jack Astra was being a dope. I mean, I love
Yeah, I
the
don't think
guy,
he
but
liked it
he's being a little
Distracting, you
downer.
guys.
because he sent me
He's being a
one.
little downer.
He sent me one and I didn't use it. I used another one that I found that was like shout out to
So you
Squid
felt
Row
some type
too.
of
He's
way.
out there helping. Yeah, man, we got a lot of new people with GW, bro. I can't wait, and I know that you got spots available in ego, the ego
In the
league that we
UFC,
got.
yes.
Yeah,
Ajax never submitted his what his character looks like, so I might have to take that spot and give it to somebody else.
that's cool.
If he can get me the picture of his character before somebody else asks if they want to be on the slot, first come, first serve.
Yeah, man. I
Yeah.
would, I would like suggest like ideas, but only PC people could do it. The idea is like have people come out to their own theme songs type shit. You get what I'm saying?
I
And
wish, I wish only PC and I believe Xbox does that too with the
I
music.
mean, I had a boss that literally played music from his phone or whatever, and I mean,
but you
they
have to
had
put it on
people.
the mic though, right? Like,
Yeah, that's not a
There's
problem.
ways to do it on
Yeah,
Discord. We can
yeah,
yeah,
speak on that later. I can for you guys. And you could run
yeah.
it
yeah.
through Discord, and
I could put music on this right here, like right now,
yeah,
background music and shit. But
that's what I mean. That's how they running it.
yeah, but
Exactly
I
Yeah,
what
don't
you're
know.
doing,
see,
but
I don't
they're
think I
on
could run.
Discord.
Yeah, but I don't
They
think I could
have.
run the system on this like this. You know,
I think he's talking about his internet.
it's not the
Yeah.
internet. It's the. This is not a PC. This is a Mac. I'm on
I know,
MacBooks.
but
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
still
Get
a
with
way
it.
to. We just heard music though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did hear music playing.
That's one of my beats too. Shout out to myself, Mr. Three Five
Oh, you
Seven.
create
Was
beats too?
oh, I
Nice.
make beats, bro. I've been making beats for years. I just gave up for like
Mm,
15 of them.
interesting. Well,
Yeah,
you did tell me
man.
that.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'm a low key producer. I got a couple. I got actually a mixtape out. We used to be called Street Flow Records.
Oh, my fault. I
So
put the Twitch on. But
yeah, they used to call me 1080p, but 1080p because they call me Pito, right? So 1080p. Like, yo, what up, P? So 1080p, and I named my mixtape um Pure HD Volume 1, and got some tracks on there. I got my boy Jay Brooklyn.
Interesting.
Yeah, G's Extortion. I got fucking
you should get back
Knowledge.
into that.
Yeah, I
Those
mean,
are
Yeah, if you're
great
gonna battle
names. I
rap A
know some of
dot,
those
we go back and
guys.
forth. You might as well get back into that. You battle
I
rap
wrote
with A dot.
songs for people as well too. I get down, man. But I gave up in that. Like I had like a huge passion for it. Back then it's just being a parent and
Yeah, I
being an
understand.
adult, paying mortgages and shit. It's like it's
Adult life sucks. I
adult
agree.
life sucks. Yeah, I mean, but I still find time to do stuff like this. This is something where I can catch a fan base as well, and
Yeah,
little by little, as time goes by, I'm gonna promote it more. When I get more free time, I'll get. Trust me, I have this shit flooded with viewers. But shout out to
Have
everybody who
more
shows love anyway.
time, more during the nights. So what I do is like say when I run my UFC shows, even though I do them sometimes early, I set
Right.
them up the night before. Because
Right.
usually during the day I'm so busy, even when I'm running the shows while I'm not talking. Because remember, I'm at work at the same time, so I got
Word.
the screen playing like the AI, but I'm running back and forth doing whatever it is that I need to do. So it's kind
Facts.
of like it's difficult to run both at the same time.
Facts.
Interesting. I mean, I always had a passion for music and podcasting. I just glad I'm finally able to do one of those things right now. Because I used to just record myself talking about certain topics, and now I'm actually a guest host. It's great.
Yeah.
It's good though.
I
It
just,
gave you good how you say, like you speak very well when you're doing
right.
these podcasts.
Yeah. It's like,
You're definitely not shy.
it's like we're like nerds, but we from the hood type shit
Yeah,
because we don't play that shit, but we're nerds too. So like, tell you the truth, like when I used to see bullies in school, I used to look out for the nerds.
yeah,
I used to
me
hang out
too.
with the
Yeah, I'm
popular
like
kids
that.
because I was into like, what popular kids were into. Like getting buns, smoking, chilling, you know what I'm saying, sports and shit.
Yeah,
But I used to like, when the motherfuckers in the corners used to be talking about fucking Pokemon or video games or fucking
I'll be there
whatever was
with them
popping,
chilling too.
anime, Dragon Ball Z. I used to be like, what's up? Like, you know what I'm saying? I know, I hear you. You know what I'm saying? I know what you're
Yeah,
talking about. I understand. They gotta watch that shit too. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck.
yeah.
You
When
know
I
what I
was
mean?
younger, I
But
used to run home because we didn't have at that time there wasn't no
Cables.
YouTube and shit like that. So every
yeah,
time we used to come out of school, like middle school,
yeah, it
elementary school,
wasn't
we
no
used to
streaming
run
shit back
home
then.
to
Yeah,
go watch Dragon Ball Z because that
yeah,
shit
me
came
too.
on
Uh,
like 3 o'clock, 3:30, and you was at school at like
With
2:50. So you had like 10
240, yeah,
minutes.
240.
Everybody was
yep.
running to the crib.
I used to go to school up the block from my house, so like
Me
my
too.
my
We
school was like two
right there.
blocks away, so I'm good.
Yeah, we all
Yikes.
used to gather up, like all the
High
kids
school
from
was
the
different.
building. Yeah, high school
High
obviously,
school. I
you gotta
was
take
like,
the
you know
train.
what? Fuck this TV shit.
Yeah, yeah, that was
You know what I
wild.
mean?
I was doing
So
other things.
yeah, we were busy.
Well, I'm gonna say this. I grew up in like a middle class suburb kind of area, kind of. There is one bad area, but we called it the low. I even lived there after like during college years, with my best friend. She currently still lives there. Shout out to Kimberly.
Shout out
But
to Kimberly.
yeah, my mom always had us in houses even on Section 8. They also kept my parents also kept us from bad people. So I wasn't really in the hood. So
Yeah,
it's like I can identify. That's something I wouldn't rap about because I was never. I went to hoods because family members, but I never was in the hood. My
I
parents
bet you.
always had us in houses.
I bet you anything right now, right? I could describe the hood where I'm from when I was younger, like teen up to my teenage years. But after the teenage years and like what it looks like now, you would not believe me if I told you stories about what my hood was like back in the days. And if you look at my hood now, like you could either Google map it or whatever
Facts.
the fuck. You look at that shit and you be like, "There's no fucking way."
Mm-hmm.
But I'm dead ass. It was like that. All those new
Mm-hmm.
buildings you see with condos and all that shit, those were abandoned houses, or like
Yeah.
like hard,
That's why
like
I was.
to
That's
talk
why I
about this shit was
assumed.
crazy. It shoit looked like The Wire. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
niggas was getting high
Yeah.
in there and shit. Like the OGs and shit. They were like selling crack and heroin and all that shit in that place.
Yeah.
We used to sneak in there with the chicks. You know what I'm saying? Smoke. We didn't even know what we were doing, but we were doing it.
The building next door where we used to live at, that was an empty slot for a while because
Facts.
there was so many like fiends and stuff that used to be
Yeah, it
in
was
those
bad.
in
It was
that empty
bad when we
building.
were growing
Yeah.
up. It was crazy. I know your building too, on 20th Street. That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
Shit was crazy.
They
That's
That's
why
why we
literally
let our
people.
just
parents.
build from when we was younger. The other building is right next to 20th, right next to that building. They just built a little spot there, and I'm like, yo, it took y'all like 20 years
To
to
do
build that
this.
one little building, and
You
it's
know?
cause yo, that shit was so fucked up over there.
Oh yeah. It was good times
That,
though, because that's what made us who we are. But I remember we used to like when we was outside playing, like, we used to like play ball and whatever the fuck, football in the winter, when it was snowing and shit. But there was always that time and we always had that one friend that like, yo, come to the crib. and it's like 8 of us, and that motherfucker stuffed in the room playing Nintendo 64, Dreamcast, and shit.
Yeah.
You remember that? You feel me? My shit is my parents were strict, so my mom didn't play that shit. So she was like, "Yeah, you cool, you have your friends, because I have my own room and shit." But she used to hate where like my friends used to sit on my bed. You get what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
She
yeah, yeah.
she used to be
Not
like,
not on the
"Nah,
bed.
get
I
that
still
shit."
do that now. I don't.
Yeah. My
There's
mom's told
chairs
me
for
that
that,
like
bro.
you
Like
can't
you're
sit
not
on my
gonna
bed.
sit your ass on
Yeah,
my bed,
you
bro.
can't sit on my bed
That's
unless you sleep on this
crazy.
motherfucker. You ain't sitting on it.
Yeah, but you're not gonna
You know what I'm
sit
saying?
on it. There's a couch. I got a couch. I got a lazy boy. I got
Right,
actual chairs.
right. I
I ain't
always
gonna just
had
gonna
the
sit on the bed, bro. I don't even
I,
sit on my bed.
I had my bed, and I had a futon for my guests. You know what I'm saying? That's I had a studio in my crib, 22nd Street.
Nice.
The closet. I used my closet as a booth. Like I literally took. There was nothing in that closet but a booth. Like I soundproofed it. I had a
Mm-hmm.
mic. I had a fucking professionals. Like nigga, my shit was hooked up official. We had a PC that some girl used to date back then. She used to work at a school, and she was like, "Oh, they thrown out these PCs, and it's like a Dell. Do you want it?" I was like, "Do I
Fuck
want
it.
it?"
Yeah, free as me.
You fucking crazy. And then I remember on a bro, I remember this like yesterday. Like, and this was when I'm gonna say I was probably like 19, 18 years old type shit. So imagine. And nigga, I was already living alone by myself. I had my own apartment and shit. Well, I had a roommate, but it's mainly my apartment because, but shout out to South Song too. That was my roommate. I told that motherfucker how to count his bars, how to rap, and all that shit. He used to rap in Spanish.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what I did was I turned my fucking room. Basically, I had just like a twin size bed. You know what I'm saying, for myself, and I had my TV that I went to Black Friday one time, and I got the TV for like $120. It was a flat screen Sony, and I could plug that shit to the computer because I had the monitor thing, like the shit that you screw on the side and whatever. Bro, we were lit making music. That's when I dropped the mixtape and all that shit. We was trying to get deals, but I already knew that the best way to get a music deal is get a distribution deal. Don't get a record label deal. Get a distribution deal,
Mm-hmm.
because everything that
You
you
go
make will be
independent.
yours. The
Yes.
distribution is only in charge of making your shit get out there. You know what I'm saying? So
And the
they
profit
don't
is
have nothing to
yours.
do with your music other than making a sell. Like
Yeah,
their
when you're
job is
doing a
to make
record
sure
deal,
it
you're
hurts.
probably getting like 10% of your own shit.
And the record, yeah, fuck that. I don't want to do that. Like some niggas be getting beat. They don't even own their music. So
Yeah.
Right.
I already knew that from jump. I had contracts, all that shit. I just didn't, I was a kid, I was young. A lot of things,
You're
man.
having
Then
fun.
I started, yeah, I was having fun, man. But then that a lot of conspiracy theory shit came to the light, and I was like, what? Like, nigga, that shit was bugging me the fuck out. It ruined like my early 20s. I was thinking too much of that shit. I was thinking of just working. 'Cause I had a dope ass job. 19 story time, ladies and gentlemen, to the lovers listening.
Story time. It's alright.
Story time.
Nothing wrong with that.
I had a job. I came fresh from PR. I graduated high school. Right. I finished high school in Puerto Rico, but I started high school here in John Dewey in Coney Island. The towers hit. I left to Puerto Rico and finished high school. Anyway, long story short, from there on, I was 19 years old, came to New York, and I got me a banging ass job. I was a messenger, pretty much like just get I was basically working in the studio in Manhattan on 49th Street, the Brill Building. It's called
Mm-hmm.
Accent Media. These niggas, all I had to do for them was get the actors coffee, muffins. Like basically, I used to be there in the morning. Like I started work at 9, but I had to be there by 7, so I can go downstairs because downstairs they have a kitchen and shit. They have muffins, all this fruits, fancy shit. And I used to work with actors, but the actors they're not really acting. They're doing like narrating for their show, for their
Oh,
movie that
okay.
they're in. You get what I'm saying? So, bro, I saw the whole Soprano cast. I saw the whole fucking J-Lo movie with Mark Anthony, the cantante. I saw Mash
Nice.
50.
He was chilling.
Yeah, bro, I saw 50 when he was doing the movie when he had cancer, like when he was running back. I
Oh
don't know if y'all know
shit.
about that shit, but yeah,
That was when he lost mad weight for that role,
mad way
right?
that role.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See, a lot of people don't give people respect like that. I feel
fact.
like if you decide to go take on the role and you wanna like say that like, oh,
That's
you gotta
Oscar
play a
shit.
fat guy.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
Oscar
feel like
shit.
yo, that person deserves an Oscar. They literally changed their life, their
Yeah, man.
lifestyle for whatever how long period it was, just to fill up a role. That's
That
fucking
those
acting.
sometimes movies take like at least a year or two to like finish
Yeah.
filming. You know what I'm saying? Well,
Hmm.
because what I used to do there is basically watch the studio people. There's like two engineers in the studio. One guy does like sound, and the other guy does visual effects and shit. Right? So they both they're working, and I'm the third guy, but I'm there just to get them water. So like when I was watching The Sopranos, this is a perfect example because I saw John Gandolfini. Like he was sitting right there, you know, he's narrating because he's doing this talking, and he was like, water, please," you know what I'm saying? And I used to get him a fresh bottle of water from the little fridge that we had there. And I was like, "Oh, you want any coffee? Want anything, you know, to get them up?" And they're like, I'll take a coffee, you know, light and sweet or decaf or extra, whatever the
Oh,
fuck." You know what I'm saying? That was my job, bro. And I used to get paid nice. I was stacking bread. Nigga, I remember my bank account had $16,000 in it. And I had a
Wow.
Toyota Camry
nice.
early.
You was chilling.
I was lit.
Mm,
Lit.
I've
Nigga,
had
I was so lit that I was buying when I used to go buy Bud, I used to get the deals like 3 for 50 type shit, right?
hmm
And I used to give
interesting.
the third one. I used to give it to whoever was out there, like after in the weed spot. I'm like, yo, you waiting for this nigga to? Yeah, all right, yeah. Hold that, that's you. Niggas be like, what? Bro, I bought earrings, shit, diamonds. They were like 5 carat each earring, type shit.
Nice. He was chilling. He
I
was
was
doing
lit,
your
boy. I'm
thing.
telling you, $16,000. I went clubbing for the first
Very lit.
time. I was turning 21. My cousin Clara, shout out to Clara. She's gonna
Mm.
be on the
I know,
podcast soon
Cloud.
too, bro. She
19 too.
was she was showing me fucking clubs. Nah. She's older than that.
Oh, okay.
She's from Best Eye, bro. She was showing me the Copacabana, bro. We was lit. I'm talking about lit. Webster
I did that
Hall.
when I was I used to go there too. When I was 19, I actually worked at what's it called? Providence. It was a club in Manhattan, which you had to be 21 and over to get in. But the
Yeah,
reason I worked there was because Magic was head of security. Magic's
fire.
my brother.
Yeah,
So
fire.
he got me in there. I met a lot of
Shout out to
rappers.
Magic
I've
too.
met, yes, it's my brother
Hmm.
right there. He's doing his thing. I met a lot of rappers, so I know what it is to like be around celebrities. And believe it or not, you think that the ones you see on TV, they're like assholes. You think that when you meet them in person, they're gonna be a dick, and they're actually pretty cool. It's the ones that you think are cool. They're the
Yeah,
assholes.
yeah,
It's the opposite.
Yeah, so it's the opposite. So I worked when I was 19, I worked at the clubs. And then when I became 21, I used to work for a merchant funding company in Long Island. So I was basically, that's kind of where I learned how to pick up how to speak proper because you know where we from, we speak hood and
yeah,
people,
yeah,
they're like,
yeah,
oh, what he
son.
said?
Yeah, my nigga. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. I even had people tell me, oh, I'm not the right color, you
Yeah,
know?
that's crazy.
After the way they hear me speak, they're like, "Yo, like that was you on the phone?" I was like, "Yeah." They're like, "Damn, you can speak, but you ain't the right color." And plus, we were young, so when people would come into the office, like, because when we're working for a merchant funding company, you're literally working with money. You're telling people like, "Yo, like I could give you a loan for this and blah blah blah, whatever." I don't really want to get into it, but yeah, people will come to the office to go meet up with you because y'all working doing business for money, and then when they see us, it was just a bunch of young motherfuckers in the office. They're like, y'all the ones on the phone? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, oh shit. So I
Yeah,
know
man.
what it is to be in like in that kind of position, but that mean I was an asshole when
Bro,
when I had that job. I was 21, working for a fucking merchant funding company, wearing suits and shit like that. You know, getting driven in Benzes and BMW. I was an asshole at that time.
I had
So
the Nextel. I remember like yesterday. I had the Nextel, the I-930 or seven
I
something.
yeah, the 930.
The
I had
last
the
one they made.
A60. My brother had the 930.
Bro, it
I
was
had
the
the
last one they made.
A60,
I
and I
was
had the Sidekick at that time.
I
That was in
was
high school
hyped.
though.
Yeah, after the Nextels, I went to the psychics and shit and
My
forget about it. That's a different story.
the guy, the dean, he thought I was selling drugs at that time because he was like, "Oh, you
Yeah.
got two phones," and it was a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, we dealt with a
They
lot
call
of.
me they went too much with these phones thing now, man. I was good with the two-way pagers. We could have went as far as that and left it there. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like
I
we
actually
didn't
fucked with
mind
the bleep. The bleep was cool until
the bleep was
people
cool,
got
but
themselves in a certain predicament. You
yeah, the
around
bleep
certain
was cool,
people.
but it's like you know what I mean? Everybody can listen to what you're saying. You get what I'm
That's what
saying?
I mean. Like you might be chilling and short hits you up. Yo, what you doing? Pull up.
Yeah,
And you're
yeah.
like,
Because
oh
remember
my
that shit
god.
used to give you that bloop, and then they used to say whatever
Yeah,
they
and
say.
that's whatever they're gonna
And that
say.
shit
So
is
you
loud as
can't
fuck.
block it.
So you getting caught. You can't block numbers back then. Like back then, that shit didn't exist. Now you had a two-way pager. Your shit is on vibrate like a regular beeper. Blah, 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 blah. So you can see who it is. Like, oh, somebody beeped you. Yep,
Nah, but
click.
that's why I had the sidekick. The sidekick was for the biddies, and
The sidekick to get you and
it
some
would
shit
just
too.
go bling. It would just do a little light because I keep my shit on vibrate. But the bleep was for the homies
The best part of that
because
was
that
the
shit was cool right there.
flip part.
Yeah,
Was the
when
flip
flip to the
screen.
side. I got the keyboard.
Yeah, I used to love that
That
shit.
was lit.
The BlackBerry was lit too, though.
I never had one, but I
I
seen
had
them.
a
Yeah,
I had
they
a
were pretty dope.
BlackBerry. I didn't like the little ball in the middle, balls, but
Yeah, to
I
move
liked
the cursor around.
when it became the digital
Y'all had
shit.
a
Where
pen and everything. Y'all was bougie with it. I said, oh, they got
yeah,
a pen.
it's-
They could like write on the
that was too
screen.
much. The Razor phone was fire too. I ain't gonna
That
hold
was
you.
cool. I
Oh
had
yeah,
one of those. I think they brought that back though, didn't
they
they?
brought it back for a little bit, but that shit wasn't selling because the iPhones was like, nah, it's my time.
Yeah.
Motorola was like,
Team
all right,
iPhone here.
yeah, it's iPhone all day. I mean, shout out to you Android guys out there too. It's like having a PlayStation, you know.
No, you mean Android is
You
like having
want
an
me to say
Xbox.
something, don't you? Like,
That's what he wanted to bring it there.
did
Having
he
an
not just have
Android
issues with his
is the same
Xbox?
equivalent of having an Xbox.
I don't know
Y'all
anything
tripping
about
out
that.
here, bro. Yeah, you don't know
No,
anything
I have
about
an
that.
Android
I
and
had
I've
a
been
problem.
really good with it for
I had a
years.
problem. I didn't have a problem with my Xbox. I had a problem with the 2K
Yeah.
server.
Oh my god. Okay.
And
Let's
who
look
It
had
at
was
that
the
it.
game.
issue?
It was the game.
Nah, I didn't have that issue.
I didn't have that issue. My
A lot
game
of
been
people had
good.
that issue. I
My
remember
Yeah,
game been
Demon.
everybody on
Demon.
Xbox.
Demon couldn't upload his guy because they didn't let us download him. That's a place.
Because the server wasn't available until the 8th until everybody had the game available. That's why.
Oh,
Don't
that's
try
what it
to play
was.
yourself.
That's what it
he
was.
trying, he
Uh,
trying to come. He trying to come at PlayStation. Nah, bro, you better transfer over.
you
He's
gotta.
gonna transfer over. I feel like he will.
Yeah,
We'll take
when they
care of you on this side.
come out PlayStation, what you're on now? 5. When they come out PlayStation
We
7.
on 5, and we taking all your games and shit. Nintendo and PlayStation is about to split Xbox in half.
But y'all still can't top Gears of War. There's not a game on
Who
PlayStation that's top the
But you
sales.
don't even play
who
that game. I
plays
know you
that?
don't. You don't even play it. I bet you
I
don't
don't
play. You
play
don't
no
even have any
more.
time to play
I don't
games.
even play no more. Yeah, I don't. I don't play no
Okay,
more.
Gears of
so
War
what's your
was
But
hot
point?
but
when
like at
the
least 3 years
360 was
back,
out, bro.
yeah, I was
You fucking
smoking. Yeah, I was smoking motherfuckers in mad games, Mortal Kombat, Marvels versus Capcom. Yeah, I wanted fighting games. We could have did that.
the only thing I give y'all, and I'm not gonna lie,
Call of
just because
Duty.
I'm into MMO games, is Fable because that is an Xbox exclusive.
Yeah,
But
that's
other than that,
the
we
God of
got every
War.
game
I
y'all
give
got.
you a God of War. That's fire.
Well,
God of War. That shit's lit. Like
So
that's what it
well,
is.
yeah,
well. I was
You
gonna
I'm
say
phone,
fucking
right?
something.
with it.
I
PlayStation.
just came to it.
Yeah,
Oh my
shoot.
leg. Well, you guys were talking about your upbringings and stuff. Like I said, I wasn't
Bring it.
really in the hood or whatever, but like what y'all was doing at certain ages, I was in school. So I didn't get my first job until I was like 18. Worked part time at Macy's, and it was a cool job or whatever. I got laid off, but it was like I said, it was seasonal. So I just would take seasonal jobs, and um, yeah, I was in college, so I was in college and going to school, but I kept consistent with a job. I was in college for like 4 years. Of course, it was a community college.
Nice.
I,
Yeah, I
I
graduated
But
wish
college for
I
computer
wish I
network.
would have went to college. College is still
I
college.
did.
It doesn't matter if
I
it's
went to
community or
college when I left
actually
New
more.
York, to keep it real with you. When I was
Yeah,
in the hood, I ain't gonna front, I wasn't doing nothing, bro. When I came
it's
out
like
to PA, I'm not gonna lie, I had
I'm gonna tell
I
life
you the
mean, I
humbles
problem
had
you.
no
It
choice. I had
humbles
no
you.
choice to go to community college because,
real
like,
quick.
And
The
that's
real
yeah,
exactly
problem.
what it was for me. It was either I let the hood over here consume me, or I made it my business to go to school, better my craft, and get the fuck out of the hood. And
I'm
that's
gonna
good
what I
tell you.
shit.
chose to do.
I'm gonna tell you the real problem about the problem of growing up where you like wherever you like being where you grew up like for the rest of your life. The main problem is like you get used to doing the same shit
Uh
with the
huh.
same people, right? So like for
Mhm.
example, if if I would have stood hanging out with the boys that I grew up with, smoking on the block, doing the same shit every day and not working, you would grow up to be a nothing, like a nobody. You get what I'm saying? Because you're
Right.
not going to school, you're not working, you're not making any money. You're basically living off like your parents type shit. And
Yep.
you know what I
Mhm.
mean? I caught on to that early though. I caught on to that when I was like 24, 25. You feel me? So I was like, the only thing I regret was not going to my job when they moved to California. That job I was telling you
Mhm.
about, working with celebrities and shit, whatever. Uh, I turned them down because they was like, "Yo, we're moving to California. We'd like to you to come. We'll pay you for like 3 months, and from there on, you're on yourself. You know, you can make money with us." And I said no, because I was 19, 20 years old. But anyway, I
You're
had sixty
young.
thousand
You're not
dollars.
That's a
wrong with
big
that.
step too,
It
but
was a
that
big
would,
step. I was young. I didn't know. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I
yeah.
was
Who you
like,
knew out there, you know? So
I didn't know
I
nobody out
understand.
there. I can't call for help when like shit hits the fan. You know what I mean?
He knows
And you know, I'm
somebody
a
now
kid.
though.
Well, I do now. You know, I know a few people actually. But yeah, I do know Jeanie Jah. She's out there in the Bay Area. You feel me? But that's the
Nice.
problem when you grow up and you stay doing the same shit with the same people. You become a nobody. You
It
still
kind of hurts to leave,
it hurts to leave,
but it
but
was the best decision
it's
I
the
made.
best decision, brother. I'm telling you. Same thing with you, Ja. Like you did. You went to college. You stood away from like, you know what I mean? Because if you really look at it, I mean, no disrespect to, but like, there's a lot of women out there that just be having mad kids, sometimes with like different type of niggas and shit, and it's like,
Yes, for a check, a baby for a check.
you
Oh
know what I'm saying?
Lord,
Like,
that
you don't
shit's
want to live
happening
your life
now.
like that. You want your own bread, like, you know what I mean? You want to know that, like, anything I want, I can get. And I
Yep.
came up from like welfare and Section 8 and all
Yep,
that shit.
for
You get what I'm
sure.
And
saying?
I was
I
the
even
first one
own
in my
welfare
family.
now. Like I'm
Yeah,
proud of
I came
myself
up
for
on that
not
shit
being
too.
on welfare. I
me,
was on
I
welfare
came
like
up
two,
on that.
three
There's
years
nothing
ago.
wrong with that. But I was the
Yeah, there's
first one in
nothing
my
wrong with it.
family to actually go
Shit
to
humbles you.
college.
I don't know. That shit
I
humbles
broke
you.
the
Yeah, I
cycle.
was the first
So
person in my family to go to college too. If
congratulations
that's
to
what you're talking
you.
about.
Many blessings.
I'm
You
the
broke the
first person.
chains of your
And it's crazy
family.
because I'm
Like
in
my
college
innocence, bro.
now. I'm getting my
But,
bachelor's degree. I changed my bachelor's degree though.
More,
I changed
even
it.
higher power to you. Stay on
Yeah,
the
I
grind. You got
appreciate
this.
it. Like, yeah, I had to change my major though because the classes they was trying to give me with my other major, it was not gonna work. Not with my brain. I have ADHD now, so it's different. Like than 7 years ago when I was in college. Like I graduated May of 2017, and I was pregnant, and I did not know. So I had got, I
yeah,
had became a
happens.
little bit, I had became a little bit wild, but and rebellious like during my college days. But I still did what I need to do. Um,
And you
but it was
graduated.
crazy. But this is a fun fact about my last like semester at my college where I graduated. I was taking a psychology class, but it was a sex education class. And the teacher wanted us as a final to write a essay about our sex life. and I still have that essay. I just have to find it. But it was just weird because I was just like,
You ever
okay, is he
turned it
gonna be
in?
reading this?
What
I
you
did
ever
turn
turned
it
it in?
in. I got a good grade on it, but like it's not like a hell of a lot of stuff. But like, cause I was still like fresh, but I got pregnant though, which is funny as hell. But yeah, I was just like, he's like, oh, I'm not gonna read. I'm like, then why the fuck would you have us do this assignment? Like, I was a little bit slacking towards like that, but I knew I should have. They didn't really tell me until I graduated that I could have graduated in December. But I graduated in May. Was walking the stage. Did not know I was pregnant at the time. I was working two jobs. I was working Walmart and I was working in the after school program. But later I got tired to the point where I decided to just work at Walmart. And I was renting a room by myself. Good. I was like 20, 21. But yeah, I was just doing a lot of stuff. But like, what you guys talk about, it makes me seem like a square because like
No, I'm not
I
wrong
didn't
with
have
that.
I didn't really have I
Yeah.
had a rough upbringing, but not really. Like my mom did keep me and my sisters and my brother, shout out to them, in a stable housing and all that.
Rip.
But there was some traumas and all that we could touch on later. But I just did what I felt like I needed to do because I was one of those people that was bullied. And I also try to keep people from bullying people like my best friend, who I've been best friends with since high school. People only talked about her because she lived in a poor part of a city you guys would never really hear of. Every time you think of the word Pittsburgh, you think of what state? Pennsylvania. This
That's
is
right.
Pittsburgh, California. We're talking about. That's where I grew
I'm
up.
guilty. Guilty, because I know you
Pittsburgh.
meant me. Because when you said that to me, I was like, "What? PA? You out here? East
Yeah, I
Coast?"
didn't. I
Yeah,
didn't
I
even
was
know
like,
the Cali
nobody would
had
know
that
there's a
shit. That's
Pittsburgh,
pretty cool.
California. No one would know, and it's spelled without the H at the bottom, at back, towards the end. It's just
H is silent.
Pittsburgh. Yeah, so there's no H. It's just Pittsburgh. That's where I grew up. It's like a little like middle class suburb ish town, but like I said, there's one poor part. But the thing is, the poor part isn't as bad, because like the crime went down. But now in Pittsburgh, mainly people are dying of overdoses, and it's mainly people of color dying of overdoses in Pittsburgh. It's crazy. Like my mom, we would drive around when I do visit out there. Mind you, I live 30 minutes away. I live in a city that has crime, Vallejo.
You
E40,
drive,
the
or
rapper
you?
E40.
How
No,
you?
I
Shout out to
get
you,
there.
for real.
Yeah, I get there. I either take a lift or my sister who lives in Stockton. That's another city in California that is
How
weird. The
much?
people are weird. How much is
How,
what?
how much would a lift charge you from your house to your parents' house or your family's house, whoever you're gonna visit in Pittsburgh, from where you at?
Um, at the minimum, I want to say $25. At the most 40.
The most
But
40. All right. Well,
yes.
because I live in Staten Island now, but from Staten Island to Brooklyn, I drive. But if I didn't drive and I was to take like a Lyft or Uber, they're charging you $60 for that ride,
Mm,
and that ride is literally a 15-minute ride from where I live to where I'm from. Because
mhm,
Brooklyn and Staten Island is literally that close, and Jersey and Staten Island is close too. It's like Jersey's behind Staten Island, and Brooklyn's in front of it. Because you have to go through Brooklyn in order to get Staten Island, the Verrazano. You feel me? The
Hmm.
bridge.
That's crazy. $60 is just half of
And
that,
yep.
just for 30
And the only
minutes. Just
and
for
if you
30.
want to if you want to get to Jersey, you can go through the city, the Holland Tunnel, or you can go through Staten Island, which would be the bridges. That's the only
Wow.
way to. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how we got to pay like toll from one
To
borough
get
to
in
the
and
other
out.
borough, right? Yeah,
I mean,
like
I heard y'all cost of living was worse than California's. That's what I
no, the
heard.
cost of living here is it's insane. Like over here,
Mhm,
you like right now, I could tell you I make $25 an hour, right? And you would think, wow, $25 an hour, that's fucking crazy money. You work 40 hours a week plus overtime, whatever, right? But
mhm.
everything is so damn expensive that that's like making minimum wage a little bit
Uh-huh.
more than minimum
That's just
wage.
getting by.
That's just getting by. You in New York, you have to either live with a roommate or like couples have to go half and half on the rent because there's no way that one person can pay unless you're like a like a doctor or somebody who kicks off. I mean, there's people that make money doing whatever they do. That's why you gotta love your job. Don't do a job
Mhm.
just to make money because you're gonna waste your
Mhm.
life like that. You know, I
Yep,
always tell
that's
people like look for something to make money where it's something you
What you love
love
to
and
do.
it's something that you enjoy doing. You get what I mean? And you could do it legally every day for the rest of your life. And you could do it overtime, like it's not even a problem. Some people want to tell you like, hey, you want to do extra hours in your regular job? You'd be like, oh, fuck this place. You get what I'm saying?
this.
Like, oh, we're short a guy or we're short or somebody, can you? And you're like, I mean, you look at it like, yeah, that's extra money, but you look at it like, nah, man, I got shit to do, right? Oh, I don't want to
Right.
be here, so always look for something that you love to do. So that's it on that.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's why, as much as my client gets on my nerves, but I know she's not in her right mind and she is mentally going through things and disabled. I do what I do because I love my job, and I'm only making 18 an hour, and I still have to pay partial rent even on Section 8. They don't pay my entire rent, so
Right,
um,
right.
I pay. They pay the 70, I
It's
pay the 30.
it,
So
it's
um,
like it's like to be honest with you, like the best thing you could do is like whatever money you can stack away that you like, put it in somewhere where you know you're not gonna touch it unless it's like a rainy day. It's like invest in like property, like something that you know that'll be yours that you could pass down to your children, like children's children,
yeah,
Mhm.
So
generational wealth is very important. That's something I'm
it's very
working on.
important, very important.
Yes,
Yes.
something I'm
Also,
waiting on, working on.
if you just
Continue.
got some side money and you don't know what to do with it, put it in like a CD or something, and it will gain money and interest over time.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I
Mhm.
have a little bit of stocks, but I gotta purchase some more.
Just you know what it is with the stocks though, because that's an up and down kind of game. You gotta
Uh
like
huh.
don't invest all of your money. You get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
As I said, if it's gonna be something like you can't like if you gotta pay rent, don't put your rent money. You know what I'm saying?
I
But
definitely got. My
if
rent
it's
always come
money,
first.
yeah,
if
no.
it's
If
money
even
that
if
you're like,
even if it's
yo,
even if it's
I
like
know I
extra
don't
money
need
that you
this
don't know what
extra
to do
pair of
with,
sneakers, but I
yeah.
want
But
to buy it
even
anyways, like something like that.
yeah,
You
even if
know,
it's like extra
invest that.
money that you don't know what to do with it, like don't invest every like say you have $1,000 that you be like, damn, I have just
Don't
a
put the
thousand
whole
dollars
stack.
exactly. Put like 200 out of that. To be honest, be a Jew, man. Like Jews, they know how to survive in America, man, because they smart with their money. They're like cheap, but they're not cheap. They're like cheap smart. You get what I'm saying? Like they
They
buy
don't
good.
over.
Yeah, they buy
They're
good
not
stuff that's
spending
quality.
excessively on stuff that you don't need to spend money
Right.
on.
They don't just buy shit that we don't randomly need. Like you said, sometimes you'd be like, damn, all right, I got these Concords, but maybe
And
I
we're
should
not
get the
saying
Jet
that they,
11s
they
too.
don't get fresh or get fly with clothes and all that. It's just about
That's like people in
like
the
I said,
projects.
money that you just throw around money you would spend. You're not gonna spend money
That's
that you
like
need to spend,
that's
you
like
know.
people in the projects, bro. Like these people in the projects. I know actually like three people that live in the projects, right? And these motherfuckers drive Benzes, BMWs, and all that shit. And you know why?
They're still
Because
living
they
out.
only pay like 50 to $80 of rent in the projects. And that's because their parents passed down the apartment. You get what I'm saying? So like,
Uh-huh.
Birth control.
it's like, yeah, rent control. When you live in the projects, like they can't kick you out unless you leave and then try to come back. Like,
Hmm.
apply for housing and shit, then it's different because now they got new rules. Now the rent is higher. So now I'm like,
Mm.
oh, I remember your grandmother used to pay $38 for that apartment. Uh if you would have kept living there till now, you probably would have been up to like $80. You get what I'm saying? Because it doesn't go up
Hmm.
like a major rocket. But now, if you go to an apartment that's like already somebody left, they're gonna be like, all right, $1,000, 1,200. This is a three-bedroom.
Hmm.
You're like,
It's a
what?
3 bedroom. It's gonna be more than 1,200.
Nah, but it's a projects though.
Even more. Don't matter.
Nah, it's
Yeah.
like the Jews they bought. I don't know if they bought it, but like the Hasidic Jews, like the ones with the curls and the
Bro, I
hat.
know people with a 1 bedroom apartment paying 1,200.
That's crazy. That's in like Bay Ridge and Park Slope. That's prices for that.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
crazy. And like Mossy projects, I don't even think. like that shit is like I don't think nobody owns that but the Jews now. The Jews they took over that whole area over there. They own that Marcy Projects. So that means that
What?
soon as these people like decide to leave Marcy Projects, they're gonna put only Jewish people in there and they're gonna rent that shit out. They're gonna they're gonna re renovate. They're gonna make
Yeah,
that shit
either that
not,
or
not look like the
rent every
projects.
apartment for like 3,000.
Exactly.
No,
And these people can afford that because they got money that's like great. They got their own police. I'm like, how you in America and you have your own police? Like, it's not weird.
Yeah, crazy. I
Yeah,
mean,
there's a lot of things I can go on from that little thing I just said right now about the police thing, but I'm not going to. I don't want a conspiracy theory. This we're doing good here, talking about random shit that watching us grow up.
well,
So
we're talking about our lives pretty much, but
yeah, well, what was a game that you guys? Oh, actually, individually, whoever wants to answer first is fine. What was a game, a video game that kept you like sane to keep doing like like you know what? I don't even need to like go and do this stupid shit because I'm entertained with this game. I can't wait to go home and play this game after school. And like, oh, if I could play this game now as an adult, I will play it.
I'm not gonna lie. I think you already know this question. You can
Shoot.
tell off the way my character looks. Def Jam Fight for New York.
and
Or any
yep,
Def Jam Vendetta, Def Jam Fight for New
the
York.
goat, the goat of games.
Yeah, all of them were good. Except for the DJ one. I got whacked.
Yep, except for Icon.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the other ones are great.
I think the
I
best
mean,
one was Fight for New York, though. Like
yeah.
when I
Hmm.
had
Even though
Fat Joe and shit.
Vendetta comes in at
Was the
number two.
original.
Some people say Vendetta was hard though, harder than New York, but I'm just like how.
Vendetta was like
There's
it
more
was so,
wrestling.
yeah, it was more like it was like
Remember, it
yo,
was the
we
first
have
one
yeah,
Yeah.
no, they did a major upgrade with the King of
of New
Fight for
York
New York
and New York
because
because
like
you
you
could
could
do a lot
upgrade your
more.
guy, like make him
The
more blinged
jewelry,
out,
crazy, yeah.
nigga fire,
Mm.
and we were dressing like
Mixed
that back then, literally.
fighting styles,
So
yeah.
you know,
I mean, I might sound ignorant, but Def Jam Fight for New York, it made me appreciate New York as a whole, even though I'm a West Coaster. Like, I was just like, but even though the fucking game had so many one hit wonders, I mean, Joe Budden is considered a one hit wonder, but I know like two or three of his songs, so I don't think
Nah,
he's a
he
one hit
nice though.
wonder.
Yeah, I get
no,
what you're
I
no,
know
saying.
they
Joe.
consider
I'm gonna
him
tell you.
that
He's
though.
one of the
The
I'm gonna
lyrical.
industry
tell you.
considers him that.
I'm gonna tell you something about Joe Buttons, right? Shout out to Joe Budden, right? Because Joe Budden, he is nice. Like
Hmm.
lyrically, he's a beast. The thing is with Joe Budden, he's not an industry guy. Like
Not anymore.
if you want, well, he's never been like that. Pump it up. That shit is trash. Like when he makes songs like that, that's not him. He's doing that because he has to sell records.
Yep.
But
Hmm.
if he's like if people will
He's
buy
more. He
it,
likes to get deep, and he would tell a story.
right?
You could envision
If
it.
people was to listen to music and not for like to like dance
The
or
beat,
whatever, like buy it, and they listen to like underground hip hop shit from New York, like Joe Buttons and like yeah, even Lil
Banks,
Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Like
J.R.
underground
Writer,
shit.
nice.
I'm telling you, this shit will be like the game will be so much different and more respectable. They'll be like platinum artists, but like nobody really wants to hear that on the radio. Hot
You
97
know
ain't
what
gonna
it
play
is?
his lyrical shit.
The
Hot 97 is
radio
gonna
will
play
play
bump it up, but they ain't gonna
what you
play his
play.
lyrical shit.
I mean, I was in elementary school. I liked that song, and it was a great song in the movie You Got Served. You Got Served is one of my favorite
Right,
nostalgic
right.
movies.
No, I
So
know,
I'm
I
just like,
get
it's
it.
something to dance to.
That was a big part of our childhood too, because we all used to dance. Believe it or not, a lot of people don't know that,
I
but we
remember
all
the
used to
Brook Up. Yeah,
go to dance parties and everything and battle
yeah,
people in the
yeah. I don't know
street
about the
because of
Brook
the
Up.
movie You Got Served.
They
I
used to
know
I
dance
people
to.
don't
from
know.
America. I used to
We
do
used to
Brook Up,
dance.
the Crumb, all that shit. That
We
was
used to
wild.
battle. I remember niggas used to battle to Red Rat, early Sean Paul from Belly.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? They used to call it the Brook Up. Like they used to
Mm-hmm.
battle. Like you used to
I
see
remember that
motherfuckers in the
shit.
middle of the hallways. Then we had the wrestling and shit too, like the attitude. That was around the attitude era.
Yeah. I used
Like
to
that shit.
wrestle too.
Yeah, I
parts.
was a little
Yeah,
girl in the
Always.
attitude era. I
it's like
was being a
the
big
attitude.
sister.
I was in junior high school, but the attitude era, and
I was in
I
elementary.
remember. I remember the fucking every time we see somebody in the hallway, like it could be random, like the bell rings and everybody's like switching classes and shit, and like you could
Mhm.
literally be walking normally, like walking to your class, like no, like nothing. Somebody would come out of nowhere randomly, hit you with their backpack, like straight in your back, bang, like
Like if it was a chair or
like
something.
the chair, and then we just stomp you out, like the fake stomp, but
Mhm.
a little real, like you know what I mean, a little real but fake. And you used to play
Yeah.
along with it. You had to play along with it because if not, then we're gonna start like real shit to you, like hit you with RKO or stunner. It was stunner back then. It wasn't no
Yeah.
RKO. RKO came later, but the stunner was the shit. Like bang, stunner. Oh shit, you know. And we used to bring like the fake belts that we buy in Toys R Us. I don't know if you had. Yeah, the Toys R Us store, but the
That's
Toys R
familiar.
Us belts, bro. We
We
used to bring that
even
shit to school.
we
We had,
made the hardcore because they didn't have the hardcore belt at that
yeah,
time. We had all
we
the
broke.
belts
We had to
and we
break
bought
that shit.
two.
We
Yeah, we
broke a
bought
regular
two
belt
of
and put tape
the
over it.
heavyweight and broke it, duct tape, wrote the little hardcore on the regular white
Yep,
tape, all that
sounds
shit.
familiar.
Bro, we
Yeah,
used to
we
we
used to
used to
go
sign
crazy.
contracts like during school time, like in classes. He used to be like, "Yo, I used to remember my boy Getty, George. He was with us too. He'd be like, "Yo, you're gonna fight Carlos, but in Purple Park, 17th Street. You're gonna fight Carlos after school, and Carlos, he's gonna win. Carlos is going over." And he'd be like, "All right,
Mhm.
cool." But he's like, "But you're gonna get him like you're gonna hit him with the best shit you got. You know what I mean? Like you got him. But he's got to win. You know what I'm saying?" And he's like, "What's your finisher?" We used to always like, "How you gonna finish the match?" Or DDT, or a stunner, or rock bottom. You know what I'm saying? Or like
Yeah,
a
hella
leg
shit
drop
like rock
type shit,
bottom. Yeah.
bro. It was crazy, and that's how you knew
Me
the
and
match
my
was
brother
over.
used to do double rock bottoms on people as a tag team move,
Bro, we
a
was
finisher.
wilding. We was
The
wilding.
thing was, he was a lot taller, and so he would pick them up all the way up there. I'm like, oh shit.
And the crazy part is, there's always one crazy mharder that wants to do the high flying shit and jump
That was
from like
me.
the top of the monkey
I mean, I was
bars.
the short one, so I was doing all the Rey Mysterio,
Yo,
Jeff Hardy shit.
they were wild. Y'all were wilding, bro.
Yeah,
That nigga's
I
crazy.
was, and bro, we used to do that shit like anywhere. I didn't care if it was concrete, we jumping up for cars. And now as an adult, I look at that shit. I'll pass by the areas. I was like, I was tripping.
Yeah, man.
That was a
Then
high
we
asphalt.
we upgraded from that, from playing wrestling. That's when the Attitude Era was finishing and shit. When like Brock Lesnar and everybody started coming in, John Cena. I stopped watching at
Yeah,
that time. Like after the
nah, I
Alliance,
continue.
I gave up. 2006. It was around 2006. I gave up. And
I was in middle
the
school in
time,
2006.
the
yeah,
time
I
I
gave up
stopped,
on it.
and it was because I was working at a warehouse at that time. So I was like
Yeah, cause
basically at work all day. Was around the time the Miz won the belt. He was like the champion. I think it was like
yeah,
2011 or some shit at
I
that
didn't get to
time.
see. I
I
never got
wasn't
to see
really
the Miz
watching.
debut. I never got to see like a lot of people make
And when then
their
The
upcoming and
Rock
shit.
came back, I started watching again. That's when The Rock and John Cena fought.
Yeah,
From there on, I started watching it.
the worst thing that WWE did was buy WCW and ECW. Like they should have just signed them like their top talent, like the Yankees do. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I remember there was this dude in ECW. His name was Mike Awesome.
Mm,
Bro, he was a
I
beast
think I
in
remember him.
ECW.
yep.
Bro, his move was the power bomb on a
Didn't he
table.
wear like a blue shirt and had like a guy with like orange
No, he
hair?
didn't
Maybe
wear
that
no
was
shirt.
something
He
like
he
that.
had like stone cold black tights, and he had long hair though. But his name was Mike Awesome, and I remember he beat the shit out of Taz. That's when I was like, "Oh, this nigga's a beast, bro." Yo, I'm talking about manhandled him, ECW
Yeah, because
style, right?
Taz was the savage.
Yeah, he was a savage.
He was
He was,
one of the
but
original suplex cities.
yeah, but Taz went to WWF at the time, and he got suspended after his first match because he fought Kurt Angle and he botched the suplex. He almost broke his neck. They had to, they had to call the match faster. But
Yep.
when like yo, when I saw when they bought ECW, I was like, damn man, they fucked up. When they bought WCW, I was like, now what? You get what I'm saying? Like, and they never. The thing is, if you bought WCW, what you should have did was have Goldberg versus Stone Cold
You
because
know
we always
why
want
that didn't happen? And that was actually in I think in their podcast.
the
The
documentary.
reason why, yeah, the reason why once they bought WCW, they couldn't get Goldberg until a couple of years later. I don't know who was it, but somebody had the rights to Goldberg, and they was not trying to give that up because they knew what WWE was gonna attempt to try to go for.
Yeah,
So
man.
WWE
The
had to
thing,
wait a couple of years to bring in Goldberg. That's why Goldberg didn't come in off the rip. He would have had a different career in WWE. I feel if he would have came in
it's
with
like
Jericho.
WWF wasn't playing that shit. That whole give me 15 minutes of your match. They wasn't playing that shit. Like Stone Cold wasn't giving you 15 minutes, nigga. Stone Cold give you like 45 minutes.
Yeah, a lot of
I
WWF
mean,
were
they were
long
nigga, like when you saw Stone Cold
long
fight,
cuts.
you'd rather
Undertaker.
see Stone Cold fight than see Goldberg fight. You get what I'm saying?
Hmm.
We already knew that. The only thing that kept WCW alive was the NWO shit. So,
That was also their downfall.
you know,
But
that was a downfall too, you're right? Because that shit got too corny, then they made it two groups, and it was like, nah,
Yep.
yeah,
what
wow.
it
They kept
was, they
adding
should have
people.
kept it original and just kept a limit on their roster, on their faction. Once everybody became part of it, it's kind of like now it's just everybody's
Yeah.
NWO. You know, it was too much.
They should have just kept them as like that's the competition WCW, but we're taking their talent like fucking. We'll take Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Saturn, Chris Jericho,
All hitters, top hitters,
all hitters, all hitters. Rey Mysterio.
I mean, they
all
kind of did that.
individual own
They
rights,
did do
all
that.
should have
But
been
they
world
should have kept
champions.
doing stuff like that, like Ric Flair. Bring back Flair and shit. WWF did Flair dirty mad times. That's why Flair always negotiated his contract where he's like, "Yo, I want to go when I want to go."
Yeah,
He was smart for that. I respect that about Flair.
yeah,
He's a goat. Same
yeah.
thing with Dusty.
He's one of my favorites.
They were getting
Top
paid,
three.
but they got paid mad late. That's the shit that got me tight. Like they should have been getting paid. You feel me? It's
I
that
feel like
Hogan was like
people
destroying that
now,
shit.
like the roster now, great talent, but they have to give more respect to the older talent, older generations that paved the way, and are not getting the checks that these guys are getting now.
Yeah, it's true. You know what I heard? I heard that Roman wanted to work like full time, but Vince gave him that contract where he's
What
like, "Nah,
happens is when they put you in a storyline like that, it's not his fault. He's not choosing to be the bad guy because he's actually a nice guy. He's a cool dude. It's just
people don't like him as a good
storyline
guy." Though.
wise, storyline wise, whatever they give you a story, you have to go by. Like for example, my brother, he ran into Rey Mysterio and Dominic in the city, and he's like, "Hey, what's
Yeah,
up?"
no,
He was
I saw
like,
the pictures.
and they went, yeah, remember I showed you the pictures,
Yeah,
and
he
they went
said I
to
was
go take the
salty, but
pictures, but Ray told my brother, he was like, since due to they're on the storyline on TV that they're beefing as rivals, they couldn't take the picture together, but they had to take it separately. So that's what you got to understand. Some of these wrestlers, they're not like a bad guy what they play on TV or
I, I
Brock
think
Lesnar,
they
Roman
take these.
Reigns are probably cool, you know.
Yeah, of
They're
course.
probably
They take
friends,
these
you know.
storylines in WWE too serious.
Yeah,
Like storylines are like real life shit now. You feel me? Like the other days I saw the Cody Rhodes and Paul Heyman thing. Like it was for like SmackDown or something, right? Raw, I think it was, or SmackDown or Raw, one of them two. This motherfucker was talking about thank you, Paul Heyman, for helping my dad and doing this. But
Paul Heyman done a lot too.
Paul Heyman's a legend, bro. He's a goat.
He's been in the
Paul
industry
Heyman,
since he
Paul
was what,
Heyman
17.
Paul Heyman is like he surpassed Bobby Heenan,
Mm-hmm.
um, Jimmy Hart. He
He's my
surpassed all those
favorite
niggas.
manager.
Yeah,
I love
yeah,
that
man.
because he can talk on the mic.
Yo,
He
he's
has
a beast.
he knows how to represent himself.
he
He
took
knows how
he
to get
took a,
hardcore. You know what I'm saying? Like, think
he
about it.
took,
Almost all the
bro.
greats, he's behind them.
He took he took an arena. He took a high school gym as an arena, and he turned that shit into a $1 million company, where Vince McMahon said, "I need to buy this because this is a threat to my company." So Vince paid
Mhm.
him millions and kept him on thing to keep him to get paid. Let's not forget that. Shout out to Paul Heyman.
I'm glad he's being inducted to the Hall of Fame. Shout out to you, Paul
It's long
Heyman, and thank
overdue.
you.
And but you know why they waited? Because this one's in Philly, and he's from
Philly.
Philly.
That's where
That's where he's from.
ECW originated too.
Yeah, that's where ECW
He's from
originated.
New York, but you see,
Oh no, but like when he lived
yeah,
was in Philly when he
yes.
made ECW. Bro, he used to live there. He said he used to
Hmm.
live in the fucking in the gym that they owned. They owned like a high school gym kind of shit, like a basketball court type. And that motherfucker made nothing out of us. He made something out of nothing, literally. He had Stone Cold before
Hmm.
Stone Cold. You know what I'm saying?
Undertaker before Undertaker,
Undertaker. He had fucking a lot of niggas, bro.
Fox Family.
You know who's doing that too right now too? Shout out to him, Al Snow.
Yes, he's
You
working
know,
at
he
Yep.
did. He got.
OVW.
OVW.
That's how we got Batista. That's how we got
Yep.
John
Batista,
Cena,
Randy Orton,
And
and
Randy Orton.
Randy
Brock
Orton,
Lesnar
Brock
all came in
Lesnar.
the same class. Shelton Benjamin.
Hmm.
I hate that they didn't push Sheldon the way they should have.
Shelton deserves at least a world title before
At
letting
least
go.
a world title run. Yeah, he deserved
Yes.
that.
They
Vince
always
was a piece of
overlook the
shit.
black stars, though.
They always do that.
Unfortunately.
Like what they did with Kofi Kingston. Like that shit was a piece of shit. The blackest you're gonna get is The Rock and Roman Reigns. Like that's the blackest you're gonna get as a world champ. You're not gonna get like
Because they
a Kofi Kingston or a Bobby Lashley. Like I'm talking about a reign. Like Roman, see how Roman got that long ass reign? That
mhm,
he's possibly I'm still it's still up for grabs though, but possibly
mhm.
could break Hogan's record. And I think the only reason they're gonna
He's
probably do
still
that,
top five, even if he don't.
even if he don't, he's top five. Facts. Like Roman, this the bloodline Roman, this is the best Roman Reigns I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, it's my favorite.
It's my
I'm
favorite.
a Roman fan.
I didn't
I
like the Big
prefer
Boss fight.
Seth because
I
I'm
didn't
more of
like
a
the
high
contacts
flyer
with the
type of wrestler
goatee.
myself. But I like but I feel his role now as the Bloodline's better. But it's not up to his decision. I'm pretty sure he wants to
It's true.
be on the roster more. It's just how storyline goes. Is you gotta kind of like do what they, like, oh, you gotta appear this day and such and such. But I'm pretty sure they're backstage and still doing
Of
whatever they need to
course.
do.
Of course. Of course it is. It's like, this it's like wrestling advanced, bro. Like the women are wrestling now. You know who broke that
Mm.
barrier though? And a lot of people would be like, hell no. But
Lita
you have to
and
say
Trish
whatever.
Stratus.
Nah, not Lita. It was Trish Stratus though. Because Trish
Trish
Stratus
Stratus.
was wrestling. Lita
You might as
only
well
did
say both of them. You might as well say
you could
both
say
of them
both you
first.
could say both of them because they both started at the same exact time. But the
Before
reason
each other.
the reason I say that Trish was a better wrestler was because Trish was wrestling. Lita only had that backflip,
The high flying.
that shit. That's what
Yeah,
she
the
had.
high flying.
She was a Matt Hardy and Jeff
But that's still
Hardy.
a fighting style, bro. You're just putting your body
That's
up
the
on
fighting
them.
style. Yeah, I know. But Trish was a striker, and she was women's champ. She was like the longest women's champion, reigning
Seven
women's
time,
champion. Some shit.
Mhm.
China was the
7 time woman
China
champion.
was like the goat of all the female wrestlers. But
China was the first one to
if
be able
China
to
would have been
win
around in this time,
men's. I think
if
didn't she
China,
win the Intercontinental or something like that
yeah, she's the first
Yeah.
woman ever to
before?
win it. That's why I think Rhea Ripley is the next China. And if she's not gonna be the Intercontinental champion, they probably give her like a world championship run, like the Seth Rollins belt. You get what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Mhm.
Because honestly, they should give her that Roman Reigns like 2 years as women's champ thing because that helps bring like the NXT girls up, like Nikita
I can see it.
and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like Tiffany Stratton, because Becky's almost out. Um, a lot of these girls, Bailey.
That's how they're giving their
You feel
final
me? And like
title run.
Rhea's like the goat out of them bitches. Well, Becky's technically the goat because she won both titles. First one to actually do all that. But I'm telling you, bro, it's just I love it, but sometimes it's like too predictable. You get what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
Yeah, especially if you just watch WWE. I'm not supposed to speak on that.
WWE, you know what it is? WWE is predictable, and fucking AEW storylines are terrible. It's
You know
like
what
they
WWE
have good
needs to
action.
do? That they used to do back in days, but they don't do it no more. And now is the perfect time to do it because you have so much talent and you're not using everybody. They need to bring back like WWE main event or super or
They do
whatever
have that.
superstars,
They need
and
to bring back King of the
I don't
Ring.
really see any
They
matches.
have main event. It's just I think exclusive.
I think they switched main event and fast lane. Like they take turns with shit like that, right? This
No,
pay per
they have
views
Yeah,
that
they
N-
they
need
took
to
and
do
then
it.
NXT has a second show. NXT
Or
Level Up.
Sunday Night Heat.
Sunday Night Heat
Yeah,
was lit, but that was only lit because before the pay per view, like we'll see something like, oh shit, Undertaker's fighting Stone Cold tonight for the World Championship, but before the pay per view started, Stone Cold got choke slam or Undertaker got stunned or some shit. You get what I'm saying? That's why Heat was fire, and they gave us
Okay.
like some little teaser matches.
But yeah, what she's saying that the NXT thing, they do have the other shows, but what I mean is like for the main roster,
they have main
for
event
all the
for the main
other
roster.
where they play main event at. You might have to YouTube it or something because I don't.
Is Braun
I usually
Strowman
watch
and
stuff on Hulu and stuff.
is Braun Strowman and and Corbin still tag team champs?
You mean
You mean
Braun
Braun
Breaker?
Breaker and Baron Corbin? Yes.
That's what I said. Braun Breaker.
Currently,
You
yes. You
said
said
Braun
Braun Strowman.
Strowman. Trying to correct you.
What I said? I said
You
Strowman.
said
Oh
Braun
shit!
Strowman.
I did say Braun Strowman. I just caught that. Oh shit! I'm lit. Gotta get off this biz. Well, anyway, you know what I meant. Braun Breaker, yes, and the Lone Wolf. They still tag team champs.
Yes, currently.
NXT. That's dope that they can collabo like that. And Braun Strowman on Smack. Braun Strowman. Fuck, I said it again. Braun Breaker is on SmackDown.
But I don't understand why he don't bring his NXT title.
He's not NXT champ no more.
He's the NXT Tag Champ. Why he don't bring that to SmackDown?
Yeah, because that belt's irrelevant in WWE.
Nah, it don't matter. Title to title. Trust me.
Nobody in SmackDown want to fight for that shit.
I know. It don't matter. Though.
Same thing with Dom when he was the North American champ.
Dom carried that North American title every show. He
Yeah, he
defended
did.
on every show too,
He
back
did
to
too.
back.
He main evented on
First one
both.
to do that
He main
on all
evented on
three.
three. Main evented on all three shows. That's crazy. Shout out to Dom.
So they gotta put some respect on Dominic's name. I know they hate him and he's a bad guy because of storyline, but the kid's doing his thing. There's a lot of people out there. They got good talent. Paulo Cruz, he's back. I seen him. He did like a little match the other, I think a couple weeks ago. But like people like that is talent that they need to use more.
Yeah. What do you feel about Uncle Howdy trying to be the new Bray Wyatt? Technically, that's his brother, right?
But
Or his
like
nephew or
yes, I
something.
feel like they should continue his legacy. And, you know,
I think
they
if
had so much ideas for the character, but they didn't
they
have
did,
time to do it.
they should do the Uncle Howdy, but like the Fiend kind of type shit.
Hmm. They
You know what I
do.
mean? Because I heard that when Bray Wyatt was like not feeling good or he wasn't like that good, like feeling that
Yeah, I
well
feel
and
like
shit.
the one at Mania
It was
at
Bo Dallas doing
WrestleMania
it.
was his brother. Yes, the one they ran you lit on fire.
Oh
But
yeah,
they
you think
look
that
the
was him?
same.
Yeah.
Hmm. The burnt
He said
one
they paid
was
some crackhead to fucking jump off the speakers. I
that's
was dying when he said that, nigga. I was crying, laughing. He said, "Who is that? They pay some crackhead to put on the fucking Uncle Howdy suit, jump off." Bro, I was dying, nigga.
oh,
That shit had
shit.
me dying, son. Dead ass though. Shout out to RJ Bombshell in the building. I see you out there on
Bombshell.
Facebook.
Good
We're on
too.
Facebook, man. Shout out to everybody on Facebook listening to us and YouTube, Twitch. Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for real. But yeah, bro, that shit had me dying. Shit had me dying. So,
He
what do you
leaped
think?
from that was high too. He
Yo,
super
that
high
shit,
jump, and then they had the fireworks right
yeah,
after.
that shit is so corny, man. It's like,
Yeah,
damn.
they didn't need to add that part. The jump was cool enough. You didn't have to add the bullshit fucking pyro that was mad late at that.
So, how do you feel about like The Rock and his TKO
I
thing?
enjoy
You
it.
think he should be full time, like back
Yeah,
full time again, or you think he's
I
just
enjoy it.
to get us another movie deal?
No, I think because right now isn't like that thing shut down with movies or some shit. So isn't
Nah,
everybody just like doing
he's doing the next movie he's in is God of War. They're making a God of
that's
War
gonna
and
be
shit.
lit.
And he's the guy. He's what's the guy's name?
He's playing as Kratos.
Kratos. Yeah.
That's cool.
Because he's bald now and shit. And Hollywood, they'll make that makeup look officially like the game and shit. Like,
Not only that, like his already close enough to the body type, so they don't have to put a
oh
fake
yeah,
suit.
of course. He he changed the game. He did the Arnold Schwarzenegger thing that they were doing back then, but he can actually act. Arnold couldn't act back then. Like all he did
I
was get
think it was
down,
just due to
chopper, and shit. So he's actually a good
language
actor.
barrier.
Yeah, he's a good actor. Like Van Damme was a terrible actor too, but they needed somebody
He could
like
really fight though.
yeah, he could really fight.
That's why they
Exactly.
had him doing
They
those
needed
moves.
they need the pretty face. That's what it is. That's what they call it. Like they need the pretty face. Where
The
Arnold
look.
was the young, brolic, pretty face guy. Van Damme was the karate, brolic, chiseled up, pretty face guy. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Hmm.
but there's other motherfuckers out there that are really about that life, but they don't got the look that Hollywood wants for like TV and shit. Nigga, Hollywood, all they gotta do is give you a chance. You could be the ugliest motherfucker in the world. They give you a chance, they'll make you
Not
the
only
most
that,
handsome looking motherfucker.
they give you the best trainers in the world. Look at these guys when they go
Everything.
do superhero movies. You can see them like a month. They'll be mad skinny or fat, whatever, and then 2, 3 months later they're super brolic. I'm like, yo, how the hell?
Talk about
And
Thor,
sometimes
right?
I be working out every day. Yeah, all those guys, Captain
Yeah.
America, Thor, Wolverine, Hugh Jackman. I
But
seen him when he was in WWE.
but you gonna
He was
if you're gonna
skinny, and
talk
then his
about
next movie he was super big. I'm like, oh
if you're
shit,
gonna if you're gonna talk
they
about
got the
you're
best
gonna give
trainers.
me if you're gonna talk about you're gonna give me $40 million for a movie type shit. 'Cause that's what they were paying Robert Downey and them. You giving me 40 million for a movie,
You
my
know,
nigga.
Robert Downey made like over 200 mil
Yeah,
for
because
playing Iron
he
Man.
was getting $40 million a movie
Shout out to
or a
him.
scene or some shit like that.
Yeah, that's
Bro,
actually one of my favorite characters in Marvel
that
Universe, by the way.
he's that's basically one of my favorite characters in the comic in general. And he fits
Yeah.
the look and everything. But they made him look like that anyway. But
Hmm.
like he's the only one that didn't work out and was all chiseled up and shit. Everybody else had to earn their shit. He didn't
Yeah.
because he was basically behind like like the costume and shit. And
Hmm.
that's just not even costume. It's the same shit they use for video
The
games.
armor.
It's a little black suit with little balls on it, and they
Yeah,
CGI that shit.
the mocap outfit.
That's fire though. The way that shit makes you like the way they make you look, that shit is fire. But yeah, Hollywood's like that, man. Hollywood would make a
I
quick
think in
nobody
like
into
I
somebody,
think in
man.
his last movie he just wore just a chest piece so he
Yeah,
can move around because in the first movie he was when he wore the suit, the actual suit, he was kind of limited to movement.
yeah.
So in the last one they just gave him the chest piece, use the camera from certain angles, and then like CGI the rest.
They need to do what they did with Marvel, with DC. Like fix like the last good Batman that we had. I ain't gonna hold you though, but
Christian Bale
like the Christian Bale was dope Batman.
is the
But
best Batman.
but the Zack Snyder like saga shit where Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman, and Justice
Justice
League,
League.
even though shit was 4 hours, but all those three movies, including the 4 hour third part, was fire.
I think they were good. I just caught up to them recently, actually.
Nah, they
A
were
lot of people
fire.
told me
They were
for years,
younger.
"Oh, avoid it. You don't gotta watch it. It's
Nah,
trash."
that shit was fire.
And
You gotta watch the Zack Snyder one.
recently,
Though.
I
The
seen it.
Zack
I seen
Snyder.
it.
Yeah.
I seen it recently, and it's because I've been playing DC Universe online sometimes. So I was like, "Fuck it, let me watch the movie," since I've been playing the game, and it was actually everything was on point. It's just sometimes people don't get what they want. They want to see more fights, but realistically, Batman and Superman,
I agree.
they're
Robert
fighting
Pattinson was good.
when they're fighting these type characters like Darkseid. That's like Thanos. You know what I mean?
Dark
Like
Side, yeah, he's actually like worse than
he's
Thanos
a
and shit.
yeah, he's a like god tier character. So of course you're gonna need Wonder Woman and all that. Like
Hell yeah.
Superman, Batman can't fight everybody by themselves.
Well, Superman can. Superman is like the strongest comic book.
Essentially, but he holds himself
Well,
back.
yeah, right.
He don't like to kill, so
What about you,
he has
Genie?
to hold his punches.
Would you like more DC or Marvel? Talk to us, Genie.
Oh, can you
Yeah,
hear me
okay.
now?
There you go. Here you know. There's I seen the
Yeah, I
text.
had a little internet issue because I'm sitting outside. When it comes to DC and Marvel, I guess okay. I might this might be a dumb blonde moment. Superman and Batman, are they DC
Yes.
or Marvel? Because I haven't been
DC.
watching these shows in years. Okay, yeah, I'm DC. I don't really like Marvel. I mean, I've watched stuff, but like I'm more familiar with DC. Like I watched Superman, I watched Batman growing up, and um, I mean I like Harley Quinn, but Harley Quinn didn't become a big thing until like when I was in college, I guess. But yeah, but movies like the Daredevil and Elektra, I believe those are Marvel. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I like those too.
Yes.
So it's just the.
Which those were
I mean, I
actually
liked the
some of the
Suicide
first
Squad, but I didn't watch the second one yet.
birds
That's,
of
that's
prey,
crazy.
something like that. Oh, the new one that came out.
Yeah, I mean, I watched Birds of Prey like a few years ago, and it was a great movie.
I feel like Marvel does have the movie game, but DC got like when it comes to comics and anime and all that stuff, DC's holding it down. So I feel like it's like kind of like a either or, like a kind of like a tie.
Right, and so much superhero movies to watch nowadays.
This is true. You giving everyone a movie. What's your take on that?
Mhm.
Who's your character? Like, who's your favorite?
Oh my god, okay, I'm having internet issues. Like, yikes!
What
Is
about
it
you,
What
DB?
was
working?
that?
Who's your favorite from DC?
I hate this.
Say what?
Having internet
Who's your
issues.
favorite? She's having internet issues. She's saying.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, because I'm heading to work as I'm talking to y'all.
See, multitasking. This is why she's the goat,
Yeah,
ladies
that
and
money.
gentlemen.
I'm outside. I'm outside.
That's what I'm saying. You're multitasking. This is why you're the goat. I
You
said, ladies
working
and
while you
gentlemen,
working.
Yep.
she working while she working, man. So
What about you? Who's your DC character, DVD?
me,
Hmm.
my DC character is the goat. You know who it is. Who do you think I'm gonna say? If you know
You
me,
just
who
said
do
the
you think I'm gonna
GOAT
say? The goat.
from DC, so I know you're
Y-
not saying Batman.
Of course, I'm saying Batman.
Why?
Why not? You crazy? Him and Iron Man are literally like my two favorite guys. Now, you ask me who's my favorite villain in Marvel? My favorite villain in Marvel, to be honest with you, is Venom. I think like that
Yeah,
nigga's like
Venom's dope.
the most
He's
beast
actually one of
motherfucker.
the only ones who's able to actually take over every character.
Exactly. That's why I was like, yo, he's the beast in Marvel. Now,
Because my favorite is Iron Man, but I have several Iron Man like collectibles here. But I do have Iron Man Venom. I'll send you a picture later.
yeah, yeah,
That's rare.
Batman is my favorite like DC guy. If I had to choose between like a villain, the best villain in DC would be besides Heath Ledger's Joker, which I think that was like the most accurate, best Joker there was.
Yeah,
But besides Joker, DC best villain, damn, it's either between Deathshot or the dude that the British black guy played. I can't pronounce his name right. You know what I'm talking about?
Idris Alba.
Yeah, Alba.
Yeah,
Him. What was his name? His name was Death. His name was
Deathstroke.
Deathstroke. That was his shit. It
Mm-hmm.
was between Deathstroke and
Deathstroke
Deathshot.
is goaded too in the
He is,
DC
but
universe.
Deathshot is super goaded
Of
because that nigga is like
course,
a super marksman. You feel
of
me?
course.
Will Smith played
Deathstroke,
that
he
nigga to
uses swords too, though.
any
Deathstroke,
smash, any
Deathstroke is so
smash,
dope that they made Deadpool off of him.
and yeah, exactly, exactly. The only thing they made that pool as a like a cameo. That his
Hmm.
intentions was to be always a cameo because he has literally every power from like the
Yeah,
mutants and like he's in the Spider-Man like universe kind of world type shit. It's weird,
yeah,
but
multiverse.
yeah, yeah, multiverse shit. This is like you don't think that like society's trying to tell us something because now we got multiverse and like quantum experiments and shit in movies, right? Where like people time travel and we know that we have another dimension that we're in, but we don't see it and shit. Like, you don't think that maybe these things are actually possible in real life? I know we can't leave the planet, but you think like time traveling and other dimensions are actually real?
I don't know, man. I think there's
It's complicated because at the end of the day, you don't know what's real and what's fake nowadays.
yeah,
Because
because
like
all these movies
aliens,
and shit, they
I know it's like we don't know if aliens are real or if that's just a creature that humanity try to mix with another creature and just threw it out in the wild and it looks weird, so we're gonna call it an alien, right? You get what I'm trying to say? Like people say that reptilians are here and they shapeshift and all that shit, right? Like that's weird. The thing that gets me that I do believe that we are in we I believe that our like life, like us right now, like this life that we're living, has another dimension behind our like existence. Because we can only, as human beings, we can only see 3D, right? Like three dimensional. We can see 3D because we got to spin around to like see a circle, right? We're on the same page.
yeah,
All
I
right.
understand.
Now they say sometimes it depends on the mirrors though. But if you put two mirrors facing each other, that opens up like portals. But it opens up portals to the dimension that you're actually in. You get what I'm saying? Like
Hmm.
if it opens up a portal and you can happen coincidentally you happen to go in through it, it's not like you're gonna see yourself in another dimension. You're still yourself in the same dimension, but you're inside the dimension. I don't know. I don't know.
Like
It
a
sounds
pocket.
weird. It sounds weird, but I know what I'm trying to say. You get what I'm saying? Like All right. Long story short, I seen some shit. That's why I gotta stay away from TikTok, bro. Cause it should be bugging me out. It be showing me some shit that is like, wow. Like,
I don't believe that shit.
you know what I'm saying? Like, not everything is
I'll get
accurate,
on
but like sometimes it's
if I
some
want to
things you see, man.
post
Is
like
like,
some wrestling shit.
yeah, yeah, me too. Like, I just want to look at like challenges and shit, like some fly bitches, whatever the fuck, shit like that. But it's just like every time I open, because I like something certain times that it keeps on feeding my feed with it. But anyway, long story short, there was this chick, and it was like in 90, I'm gonna say like 96, 97. It was the year 96, 97. I don't know what day, whatever, nothing. All I know is that this chick, uh, she she had her like the old school cameras with the little VHSs, like they had like a little cassette that goes inside of VHS. Yeah, I do know about VHSs, right? Hope some of
Mm-hmm.
my viewers and listeners
Mm-hmm.
know what a VHS is. A VHS is a cassette tape, but for movies. Anyway, so she had the old school like video cameras, the camcorders,
Mm-hmm.
and she put two mirrors together. Not all two mirrors are like that because I have one in my bathroom, two mirrors facing each other, and it's not another portal, nothing. But anyway, it should look realistic to me. She put two mirrors in front of each other, and that shit opened up a portal. And when they called it like the back room. So this bitch, she disappeared from the face of the planet. Nobody knows where the fuck she's at nowadays. But before she disappeared, she did a little test, and she went inside this portal, bro, inside her mirror, my nigga, and with an old camcorder. And it was like she stepped into Walmart, but there's nobody in Walmart. Like there's not even supplies, not even nothing. All you got is like the, you know, like the
Structure.
yeah, like the things all set up. All you gotta do is put like the food and the stuff on it. Bro, this whole shit is like this is like a Walmart, but it's like inside
That's
out
crazy.
type shit,
Movie shit.
bro. And it's like foggy, not super foggy because you can see, but it's like foggy. And she was in there, just looking around with the camcorder, my nigga. And this it gets real because she's recording herself with the camcorder before she gets inside of it. So she's like, "Yo, it's no trick." But she did it with the camcorder first to prove that it was a real thing. She went in it and came out, right? But then she went in it like I guess without the camcorder or maybe with the camcorder before the video was like surfaced, and they never heard from this lady again. You feel me? So I feel like if I was to see another, like if I was to do some shit that she did, which sounds fake to a lot of people who's hearing this right now,
Yeah, it
and
sounds like
probably
some movie shit.
it
It
sounds like
sounds
some
like a
movie shit.
sci-fi movie.
But
I
like
ain't gonna
my
lie. I'm
nigga,
like,
but if it's on, put it like this, I believe that if it's in Hollywood movies and whatever, it has to be real, my nigga. Like I think they're telling us things that they're preparing us for the future of. You know what I'm saying? Like remember in movies back in the '90s and shit when you were a kid, you didn't see nobody. You didn't see, like in real life. You didn't see nobody FaceTiming nobody. You saw that shit in movies, right? Then all of a sudden, we got fucking phones that FaceTime somebody. Like now I can literally watch you do whatever the fuck you're doing when I'm on a phone
but
call
they're
with you.
doing that in the Jetsons or something like that. The
They've been doing that shit
cartoon.
in the Jetsons, but in the Jetsons and the Star Wars, there was holograms. I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure pretty soon we're gonna get some shit where I'm gonna call you on a hologram. You get what I'm saying? Like it's gonna be some shit I put it like on a stand somewhere, and it's gonna record all my
That's
body movements,
crazy.
and I'm gonna be talking to you like I'm talking to myself, and you're gonna see my hologram walk around my house, but you're not gonna see my house. You're just gonna see my hologram walking around.
Yeah,
You get what I'm saying?
that'd be crazy. In Star Wars, they do that.
That's gonna
Well,
happen, my nigga.
speaking of Star Wars, which one's your favorite Star Wars?
My favorite Star Wars. Well, my favorite Star Wars is Episode 3, which was the ones they made
Mm-hmm.
after the
Yeah,
70s and the 80s and
yeah, that's
shit,
one of my favorites too.
the 90s and shit. Episode 3 when Anakin became
Vader.
Darth Vader. Yeah, the shit was fire. I wish they would have had more like more storyline, because the storyline to it is the best storyline for Star Wars. For all my listeners, anybody who's gonna listen, the best Star Wars storylines is the comics, like the comics, but the show, like the Clone Wars. Like if you watch
Mm-hmm.
it in order, the way you're supposed to watch it, you're supposed to watch it from episode 1, episode 2, then the cartoon Clone Wars, then episode 3, then Ahsoka, then episode 4, which was be the throwback ones. They should have like remastered it, but like the fight scenes, they should have like had, more choreograph, and they should have made it where the new Anakin, you know, I don't know. It's just the shows were like the little mini series they did through. That shit was fire. Like the Mandalorian, that shit is fire.
Mm-hmm.
Ahsoka, that shit is fire. Fucking the Boba Fett shit was fire. The Obi-Wan was fire. We needed that Obi-Wan shit because we didn't know what Obi-Wan was when he turned old after he gave Luke and Leia away. We never knew what happened to him. He turned old. All of a sudden, we saw him after episode 3. On episode 4, he was an old man trying to show Luke where his father's saber was and shit. So,
Yeah.
well, you can't blame them because back in the 70s, they didn't have that much technology and shit. 80s and all that.
They be doing that with the Avatar movies.
Yeah,
The
but
the blue
to
people.
to make an Avatar movie, like the blue Avatars you're talking about, right?
Yeah, they be
To
doing
make
taking
those
like 10
movies,
years to make a
yeah, that
movie.
shit takes like 3 to 4 years to make that shit, bro. That's crazy. Spider Man too. Spider Man, like the Tom Holland Marvel Spider Man, not the ones that we get from Sony. The ones we get from Marvel, like the young Spider Man, that's
Mm-hmm.
like the more comic book accurate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that Spider Man, like that shit takes like 2 to 3 years to make too. Like it's crazy. But now they're trying to like not waste all those years because now he's I don't know if you know. You up to date with the saga, with the Marvel
Yeah.
saga shit? All right,
Yeah.
so you know that after No Way Home, well, the last one was No Way Home. So after No Way Home, he anti-tampered with the multiverse. He made the
Yeah.
spell where
The
everybody forgot.
multiverse of madness.
Yeah. So what he did was he pretty much erased all the fact that he can get Tony's technology and all that shit. So now he's just a regular, like he got a human costume. You know what I'm saying? Like made by himself. He's more like a daredevil kind of guy now. So we're not gonna see him doing some fighting aliens type shit.
Advance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the only alien he's gonna fight is probably Venom, and we have a Venom symbiote in the MCU now because Tom Hardy left it in the ending of No Way Home. That's fire. But what they did was they smart because they made it where it's a multiverse. So in one universe you have Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man, he's already old. In another universe you're gonna have Miles Morales. I'm waiting for that shit. That shit's gonna be lit.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Tobey Maguire's, you got what was the other guy's name? The British dude, Andrew Garfield,
Yeah.
Tom Holland. But the Tom Holland universe, that's the one where Miles Morales is gonna be in. Because I don't know if you remember Spider-Man with the one with the vulture. That's what was that?
There was
Um, what was that
Michael
called?
Keaton.
Michael Keaton. Well, what was the movie called? Spider-Man what?
Far Far From Home. It was Far From Home or No
No,
Way
Far
Home.
From Home was the second one because they went to England or to Paris or some shit.
I don't know. I have to look it up. My memory
Homecoming.
as of
Homecoming.
Homecoming. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, I'm back.
So in Homecoming, the guy that he was buying guns.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was my son, Childish Gambino.
Mm-hmm.
That dude, he plays
He was
Childish.
supposed to play as Miles Morales.
He's supposed to play Miles Morales' uncle, the Prowler,
The
Aaron,
Prowler.
his
Nice.
uncle Aaron, because his name was Aaron something, and he was like, "You just call me the Prowler," and he was trying to buy weapons, but they were trying to sell him those weapons from. from the space shit that happened after the Avengers movie, because
Mm-hmm.
they all connect. You get what I'm saying? So when Spider-Man erased everybody's memory from knowing that he's Peter Parker, the only one that knows is Doctor Strange and whoever wasn't in the universe. You get what I'm saying? She's gonna be lit, bro. Can't wait for that shit.
Yeah.
She's gonna be lit. Can't wait for that shit.
Eh,
What about you, John?
what about
Did you
me?
watch
I
the
mean, I'm
Spider-Man
not.
movies?
No, I mean, I stopped after the second one. Like, and then the remakes. What's the point of them? Like,
It's not
no.
remakes. They're multiverse. That's
Eh,
what we were talking about.
that's
Yeah, for
bandwagon. I
Spider-Man.
for the hop on. Sorry, I'm not a bandwagoner.
I hear you. I think those are the best ones though. Besides they were all good, but I think they were the best ones. I don't know. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I can keep talking though. Keep the show going.
I'm working on my attire for Fight Club. I'm about to upload it.
I'm keeping the attire I have, of course, because I don't need to have multiple attires for things. That's just me. Well, wonder who's watching. I mean, I can't really see.
I think he
So,
said he got the Facebook chat. Who's in this chat?
oh yeah, he does have like a bunch of friends that could be watching. Who knows? Huh? What's the good news? Okay, we're almost at 2 hours with this. I don't know if this is the longest that we've went on a podcast, but hey, it's a milestone.
Yeah.
I was trying to find the one that we did with Clara, but I think he took it off. But yeah, uh, he just needs to have a consistent day for the Fight Club, and then consistent time, and then things will be fine. I think so.
Does he have a schedule up already?
No, he doesn't. I'm the only one I think that has a precise schedule. I gotta add WCCW to my schedule.
I have to work on one myself.
Well, yeah,
Sorry, guys. Probably
Do
those
you have
probably an ad break anyway.
Do you have a schedule for your Fight Club?
Fight Club, yeah. Every Friday nights, 9:30 p.m. Eastern.
you could do Fridays though. I thought it was Saturday. Which one are you doing?
I'm gonna stick to Fight Club Friday because it's for the F. The only time we're not gonna get Fight Club is during pay-per-views. You get what I'm saying?
Got it.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to do. That's why I
And
was like Sunday is risky because those are pay-per-view days.
and since I
I
don't
know the
care about
pay-per-views on. No.
since I don't care about like the views and shit, because usually my shit popping, all I really need is y'all to be there. Like, you know what I mean? I wanna
Yeah.
what I really wanna do this year, I really wanna like connect storylines in GW and make it storyline authentic. Like our shit. You get what I mean? I want the shit
Yeah,
to
it
like
makes
That's
sense.
that's
go
actually what
crazy.
should be the next step.
Hmm.
Because if we want to make all
Yeah,
this
man.
connected, it all has to be canon.
We gotta do what we did before, like what we were doing last year and the year before. Like everybody should have like a job and do. certain thing to provide for the brand to make the brand
You
good.
know, it
You get what I'm
is.
saying?
There's a lot of people that do almost everything.
I know.
So, like you
And there's
said,
a
I'm
lot of
one of
people,
those people.
and there's a lot of people that they trying to do their own brand, so they're not trying to like help
yeah.
build this brand type shit. Which
Hmm.
that's understandable because your shit comes first, obviously. I mean, we're just glad to have you here. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna do everything I can. Like, see, I can do like I basically I have a show. I could do titles like to contribute. I can contribute with like magazines to make your shit. I'm also gonna contribute in doing trailers for like the show. Like I'm gonna do
Yeah.
three, like maybe four, as many trailers as possible. What I'm gonna do is for each show, I'm gonna get trailer, even your shit for the ego shit. Like I'll record like some pieces from your show, from your fights. You know what I'm saying? Like with entrances and everything from your game, and they'll be all custom. And I'll put like a music thing on the background and make it like a trailer, like what we did for like matches. And I'll do the same thing for the GW shows, for the Wednesday TCW shows, for Fight Club, WWM, Demons Funhouse, and GOH, of course. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do like
Hmm.
my part, so therefore, like, oh, who's gonna update the Facebook or who's gonna update the Discord? Well, I can't do that because I'm working on the trailers, or
Yeah.
you know
I
what I'm
can't do
saying?
videos because I work through my console. So I don't have a PC, so that's why
Yeah,
I
but you
don't. I don't
see,
even do videos.
how
But like as
you
far as like creating belts, I've always done that.
right.
Arenas,
That's
I've
what I'm
always done
saying. Like
that.
you could
But
do
now
shit
like
like
80
that.
people do that.
Like I'm not gonna make belts. Like what I'm gonna do is I made I'm gonna help out like the people that help me out. I'm not trying to be like Grammy or nothing, but like I'm gonna help out Jeenie because Jeenie like looked out. I'm gonna help out Demon because that's my bro. You get what I'm saying? I'll look out for you too when it comes to like belts and shit. That's light, but you do belts, so therefore
Hmm.
that could be like your type of job. Like yo, I do belts in arenas, so you do belts in arenas. I don't need to do any belts or arenas because that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? But what I
Yeah.
can do is I could bless y'all with magazines. I could bless y'all with like trailer videos for your show. That you play that shit before your show, or you could play it to promote your show. You know what I'm saying? And
Uh-huh.
I think that should be like the next thing. I want to bring it up as a suggestion. So you get me? What happened here?
Yeah. Yeah. Your mic was chopping up. Well, we understand you.
Yeah, that was my
Yeah.
mic.
As far as yeah, your mic was
All
chopping
right.
up.
How about now? You good?
Yeah, you go.
Yeah.
But as far as like titles and stuff and arenas, I like people know I've always done it. But like I was saying, almost everybody does that now. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like people don't normally hit me up like they used to.
Yeah, man. I want to do like a where like a maybe like a group like chat where we can tell like we could tell what storylines is gonna pop off. You get what I'm saying? Like we know that 2K decides the final thing, but like right now, for example, be like, listen, the storyline is gonna involve Dimebag Dan, Jeenie Jah, and E.G.O the Prince. Me and E.G.O beefing. Jeenie Jah is in the middle. Uh, this is the storyline. The storyline is uh she's paired up with DVD, but he's been getting like jealous because he sees she's been hanging around with Ego too much, and we asking her any questions and like in a promo, I'm like, yo, we've been seeing that there's a little controversy going on between these two men, and it has something to do with you hanging out with both of them. Can you give us any? And then she drop a promo, and like leave us like, oh shit, like you get what I'm saying? Where it's
Hmm.
like
Uh-huh.
you
Yeah, to
you
have a
know
back and forth and
like
the
exactly,
normal
but like
chats and all.
it'd be like first of all, this that like one of us could talk to her on some like the way I did with the grave digger shit. Like that shit was perfect. I thought that shit was like dope, and the way she responded back to it, where it was like look, see this table, and she pointed at a baseball bat, where she was pointing at it, like you could vision it. You know what I mean?
Nice.
Like we were doing the
Uh-huh.
promos, like and that shit hit. So everybody was like, "Oh shit, the grave diggers are falling apart," because it was believable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And I want that shit to like come back to GW. If I could change one thing, that'd be that.
bringing promos back like how we used to.
Yeah, man. It's just some of us are like in too many e-feds. That's why a lot of people can't like
Yep.
drop promos and shit. That's why I'm sticking to like my guys. I'm sticking to GW. The thing is, when I promote GW to recruit, a lot of motherfuckers be like, "Well, I'll promote your shit. Like, I'll let you rock. You promoting your shit here, but you got to join us." You get what I'm saying? So now I got to be over there too for them to
That's
come
what
over
happens.
here.
Also, the thing
Yeah,
what happens when as soon as I upload my character, even if I try to do it strictly for you guys, when
yeah,
other people see, they're like, "Oh, he's hot in GW." GW is like the WWE of the E Fed, right? So what people gonna do is like, let me put him on my show to bring my show views. And realistically, they do that shit all the time. When I tell them, "Yo, take me off your show," they're like, "Oh, I got you in the world title contendership." You know, there's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes that kind of fucks up shit with certain E-Feds. They're like, yo, you on every show? Or, like certain
yeah,
E-Feds want you to
no,
be
yeah, yeah.
strictly to their show. So that kind
Yeah,
of, that's
It's
what
like
happens,
exclusivity.
it's like I forgot the name of the AFED, but they did something to shit on the sis. You feel me? Like they shitted on the lady gravedigger. They were trying to. I don't know what exactly it was. I don't remember, or it's not even relevant. It's not important to bring up because fuck them. She was like, "Yo, leave them," and I was like, "Why?" She said, "Oh, because such and such and such." And I was like, "Say no more." You feel me? Loyalty
It's
means a lot.
funny because the
Okay.
owner tried to message me. He talked to me earlier, and I didn't understand what he was trying to accomplish with the conversation. It was just funny to me, telling me that he was transphobic, but like I mean not transphobic, homophobic. And I was just like, okay, is he trying to get me back with this conversation? Because I
Nah,
told you not to bring in this person, like, and you having issues with the person again. Like, come on now.
yeah, he was talking about some guy named Nate.
Yes,
That
exactly. That's who he was
yeah,
talking to about earlier. He went
yeah,
to you too. That's hilarious. I'm done.
yeah. They both came to me, and I was like, because I was down with both of them, but you told me like stay away, so I was like, all right, say no more. But I mean, yeah, you do what you got to do, man. Like at the
And
end of the day, we're here.
Nate was trying to make another Jeenie Jah, and there's only one Jeenie Jah. Like he got somebody named Ashley, and I'm just like,
Yeah, yeah.
I knew it was him. He added me on Facebook. I was like, got the same pink jacket as Jeenie Jah. You can't be Jeenie Jah. There's no other
DBD Mo,
untouchable.
DB Mo. What is that?
I literally,
DBMO was the first eFed I signed to publicly. They
Oh,
did me dirty too. They wanted you
DBMO.
to be,
Gotcha.
yes, DB market out. The guy, he's gay. I didn't know. It took me a while to realize it, but he also wanted his superstars to be exclusive, and he's the type of person that would not put women first. Like you only can see one or two women's matches, and then mainly men. Like and then most of the people he has in his EFED are underage, so that was another issue. He's still going. People come, these kids come back and they talk shit, and then they come back. And I'm not one of those people. Like I was the only person that did not go back to him, and I'm glad because it's been what 2 year since I've been no 2 years since I've been out that company, and I'm proud of myself because that's
I'm
what
proud of you
EFA you don't
too.
want to go to DBMO because it's full of little kids who are still seeking validation and need someone grown to give them validation, and they think they can talk but they can't, and they find themselves that they're making multiple calls and all that shit. that's just that's just it. But
Dope.
yeah, it's
yeah,
on Instagram. It's an Instagram company. That's how I started publicly
that's why
called
you can't
Instagram.
just join any E-Fed. I
Nah,
gotta
nah.
look into that shit, because like if once you
I have
upload your
stories for
character in the
days.
community, there's nothing you can do realistically about it. Like once your character
Right.
uploaded,
Well,
anybody can
technically,
download it.
you could delete them.
That other shit don't matter. I delete characters all the time, and that shit is still. All I gotta do is type in my name, and everything that I've ever
Well,
uploaded pops up.
I've deleted and they haven't been up.
All right, let's see what you uploaded and what's your thing. I'll look it up right now.
DBD.
Yeah. I need to get DVD too for a specific reason, but because I still got guys
Grab,
in my
grab.
valet or whatever.
I wanna do like a. That's what I was trying to tell A Dot and the GW. I think we should have like a group where we could like do the stories where you get what I'm saying, where we talk about a storyline and how we can make it work and end every storyline at the pay-per-view. You get what I'm saying? Like I have a rivalry with Ego, right? So me and Ego beefing. So we're gonna be beefing on every show that we're on, because we're on a
It's
show.
just DVD. And what did you upload? And
24
what did you
DVD,
delete?
no DVD 24.
Well, I see Eureka. I just typed in DVD. I see Eureka. I'm gonna upvote it and I'm gonna
Look,
favorite you.
look at my
I mean, you,
belts.
you could just grab, you could just
You
click
got
on him and
this.
go to content by creator and get his
Yeah, do
other
that.
That's
version.
Yeah,
true.
do
Let me do
that. You see
that.
all my
Let's
stuff.
see.
I deleted
Uh,
the women's title, the GW women's title, and I deleted uh another belt there. I deleted the first.
the
Uh,
GW World Women's Championship. You said.
I deleted one of them. The one you see there is the latest one.
All right. Then you got the Dark Horse United States Championship.
Yeah,
You
that's
got
demon
two
shit.
dime bags. You got GW Women's Tag Team and the Puerto Rico Street Fighter. That's it. Did you upload anything else?
I don't think so. I mean,
You
I
have the
was gonna
Fight
have to
Club
look for
Triple
the title.
Crown and GW Bosco. So you said
What
whatever you
number beer are
deleted.
you on? Are you on like your sixth beer?
You said
I
whatever
was
you
messing with
deleted is maybe right. I'm gonna try it out.
Yeah, because I'm in Madhouse.
you. Yeah,
Shout out to Madhouse too. Don Heyman and them.
yeah. I'm
So
literally
which
only in
one?
like three
Which
events. I
one?
want to say.
Which one's your official DVD? The most
Um,
recent. There's M8. There's the Madhouse hashtag,
yeah, but
and then
that's
there's
it's
the.
it's the same one. It's basically two of the same ones. This is the GW one and the Madhouse one. That's the DVD that's going up. I have a this and that DVD, but that's for Fight Club. I haven't uploaded them. I basically got those two. Feel me?
Uh,
Yeah, I'm looking at them. It's pretty much the same outfit. So I
It's
just
this. It's the
downloaded it.
exact same guy. It's just two different hashtags. Because Madhouse, they have their own hashtag and shit. But Demon can get my GW one and everything because like the portrait on the face, it's the Reaper. We're gonna continue the
That's what I'm gonna
storyline
grab.
until at least
And I grabbed the Puerto Rican belt. Yeah, do some promos.
storyline's gonna get crazy, man. Can't wait.
yeah, I will hope so, and I hope nobody goes behind other people back when they're supposed to have title matches with
I
somebody,
got a,
and say and
Nobody
then
should.
make some
I got a
conversation, and then all of a sudden you don't
storyline.
have the title match.
I got a storyline for the King of New York fight. Duplicate the title, have me come out with it too. That was never technically. I'm the original. And we could do a Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon type of shit.
That'd be fire, right?
Cause
I don't
we
have
could
ladder
do.
matches in Fight Club. You think I should add that?
Uh, it's Fight Club. You can do whatever you want. I ain't the boss.
Yeah, I have a boss outfit for Fight Club too, like suit and tie shit. I'm gonna use that for like promos and shit. Well, anyways, we've been on the air for 2 hours and 13 minutes. I enjoyed this two
That's
hours
a
and
record.
13 minutes. You know what I'm saying? With you motherfuckers, man, because Jeenie Jah gets the heart with the hands. You know what that is. She gets it. What's understood doesn't need to be explained. Uh, E.G.O the Prince was talking shit today, boy. Fuck's
Number
true.
one draft pick.
Yes,
As we
sir.
tally Thursday, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So, this before we go up there, how do y'all feel about the draft? Both of y'all individually.
I liked it. Nah, I enjoyed
I
it. It was
liked
fun.
it.
It was fun. I was hyped.
I was hyped too. So I found out
I
that
thought we was gonna do the
champions don't get
wheel.
drafted. I thought we was gonna do the wheel too. It would have been better with the wheel
I was
because
expecting that. I had my mind
picking
set
people
on that the
randomly
whole day.
is being biased and shit. So,
I was like,
but
you're
yeah,
gonna spin the wheel. This shit's gonna be intense. You don't know who you gonna. But fuck it,
right,
let's
right.
go.
What about you, Ja? All right, probably working and stuff, but
Technical
get it.
difficulties.
Shoot, bombshell. What you got for me? DM it to me, brother. Ladies and gentlemen, Jeenie Jah, my co-host, my guest, Fresh Prince. Make sure you give that boy a follow. This man's a creative genius, Midas Management, still looking for talent. Uh, GW representative, you already know. He's also down with Demons Funhouse Wrestling, which is E.G.O the demon over there. I'm
Yeah,
assuming. But I want to appreciate both of you guys for stopping by, showing me
thank you
love
for having me.
for sure.
I enjoyed it as always.
We're gonna run this back and talk some more shit, some different shit next time. And you already know,
Discord
man.
or yeah, done
Yeah,
for the
let's do
night.
the Discord right now. As a matter of fact,
Alright.
we're going to Discord right now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to another episode of This and That podcast. I'm your host, Dimebag Dan, aka Mr. 357, Python, the Magnum. You already know. And we out. Peace.